G'day everyone, Matt over here.
Sorry, is that me? That's me.
The brick boards here. At least I know the sound's working.
Why is Wally flat on his back? What are you doing?
Went a bit Wally.
If you eat bacon, you would not tell it's a fake cheese. It's bacon.
I was in a house fire whilst my mum was at work.
Was it caused by you?
So
That's a yes. Yeah, is that right, Sam?
I believe so. There's another little Easter egg in the Death Star. You mentioned the Luke and Vader one, but there's another one. If you throw it at a wall, you can recreate the scene where it explodes.
Oh, his eyes just fell as you said that. But yeah, it just means that he has to be in a very specific position, otherwise he'll just. Oh my god! It's the only time that I've considered glue for Lego.
There's two now! It doesn't matter!
Along to this Family Bricks live stream, number 27 in the series, where every Thursday night we sort of get together with a few friends and talk some Lego and just chill, relax, and build. And just take it easy and enjoy for a couple hours. So welcome along to everybody here. Also to the replay gang, always appreciate it. Special shout out to Brian's Bricks, consistently always watching and commenting on the replay. So if anybody else wants to shout out on the next one, comment on the replay and we can do that. Always appreciate that. It's almost as many people watch after the stream as at the fact, which is always great to hear. And also to give a shout out to Bossman, who at the end of last week gave a super chat to the channel. Always appreciate that as well. So thank you very much for that. Do all the usual sort of things, share, like, and subscribe. When we have people coming in, all their details are down below as well. And we'll just get through here with doing a quick plug to the actual sponsor, which just helps pay for a few things. This video is brought to you by McCatsim Holiday Homes in Margate and Broadstairs. Great for a week's holiday or a weekend escape, being just over an hour east of London, UK. Treat yourself to amazing sunsets, a Lego wall, or great food. Visit www.macatsim.com and mention this YouTube video and we'll look after you. And while we're here, just giving a quick shout out to a few people in the chat. Saw Brett's builds in a bit earlier, Lady McBrick as well, who may be along in a little bit, and Omega Man, and I think I also saw Benji Russell there as well. Good to have you guys along, always appreciate it. And I think I didn't get a chance this week to put up a poll, so I think one of those things just too busy. And with that, we'll start bringing in some people. And who shall we bring in first? Maybe in order of appearance that they came through. Somebody who was joining us last week and asked if they wanted to come back. And here they are again. One Brick Stud. How you going?
Hey, not too bad. Thanks. Not too bad. Hope you're all right. Hope everyone's well. And yeah, hope everyone's having a good week.
Yeah. It's how's your week been?
Yeah, not too bad. Just been working on summer sports camps because my job is a sports coach, but I predominantly work in schools. And since all the kids are off, obviously childcare is needed. So I do a lot of camps during the summer and also the half-term holidays. So it's good. I was saying to you before, my days finish a little bit earlier. So if it's in term time, I finish 4:30, but the camps only run till 3, so it's it's not too labor intensive. but it's all good fun.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they're always saying, oh, well, teachers having 12, 16 weeks off a year sort of thing. So I suppose the flip side of that is there's a financial dimension, which, okay, yeah, you've got the weeks off, but the income sort of needs to be topped up.
Absolutely. No, schools, the teachers are working all year round. I mean, even like some of the venues of our camps are schools, and you see the teachers in, they're immediately in, they're moving things around their class, preparing. It's not the case of, at the end of the academic year, they all of a sudden board a plane and they all jump in the swimming pool together. It's never that. It really isn't. It's the nature of the industry of primary education. It never sleeps. It never rests. And no, it's a very tough industry, but no, it's enjoyable, rewarding.
That's great to hear. Yeah, it's certainly a little shorter TikTok I saw during the week, and it's got somebody who's a mum going around the supermarket, picking up all the stocks and supplies and commenting how everybody's complaining about it. And it's like, look, if you want to take my kids and all I've got to do is have a few pencils and rubbers and razors and things, yep, by all means, I'm going to do it because I've been around them enough for the holidays.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I know. I mean, I don't know how teachers cope with it, because it's almost like, it's like Groundhog Day. I mean, it's a lot of rinse and repeating every single day because it's a very repetitive industry as well, because you've got to try and get kids to a certain point where they can sort of master their skills and so on. But yeah, but it is what it is, but it is enjoyable. But it can have its tough days. But no, it's good.
No, that's great to hear. And I guess, ironically enough, without the thing that we're all sort of here is with a plastic building brick is fundamentally a kid's toy, and they've just sort of in recent years upscaled it to adults and everything else. So it's got to start somewhere as such.
Absolutely. And I love using Lego in sports and PE. I actually use Lego in my my PE lessons, and I also have active math interventions as well when I use Lego bricks, because it's I kind of find it's a good behavioral management tool for children who have got like zero passion for numeracy. And if they got a passion for Lego and you embed that and in making sure like your delivery is needs led and child centered, then it goes a long way, because it's amazing because you can, like some of the games I play, can you run, get a brick? How many different bricks can you get in 30 seconds? You get a point for every single brick you get, or you could do multiplications, things like that for how many bricks you do get. And or you can, like, kids are struggling with their like 4 times table and so on, they can count individual studs on the bricks, and it's it really is. It just completely lifts the participation rate if I include that, because that's what it's about. Because it's about the children, it's not about the teachers. You got to try and find a way of unlocking, their effort, and you just got to literally do whatever you can. And there's so many kids that love Lego, not just Lego, but Minecraft and Pokemon and all this. It's tough, but like I said, if you introduce an activity which is really taking into account individual children, and Lego is a real winner. And you get the results.
Yeah, definitely. And just from that, we going across to on the weekend streaming with on Sunday with my kid and a couple of the other parents and their kids, and they were sort of really enjoying that. So it also is a way to get them involved, or actually came from the fact that they wanted to be involved in streaming. So it's great that we share that time. And somebody else who's joining me on that Sunday stream was Trevor's videos. How are you going there, Trevor?
Are you all okay?
Trev?
Yeah, going well. I think
big shout out to the replay gang as well, watching this back later on.
Yep, always a good shout out to those guys. We always appreciate them. So it's always nice when you finish a stream and then you come back a few days later and it's like, oh, there's actually a whole bunch of people who actually watched it later on. And occasionally hear from people who, sort of watching it on their way to work or coming back or something like that. So yeah, definitely shout out to everyone who's enjoying this in whatever format that takes. And how about you, Trevor? How's your week been?
Busy, been juggling childcare with work, but yeah, it's been a good week so far. It's nice to catch up with you guys and do some building for a change. I've been working on my stop motion a couple of nights where I haven't had the kids, so it's been quiet, so I can just get down and concentrate on it. As you know, it takes hours just to do like 100 frames. So, but it's coming on. I'm really, really pleased how it's coming on. So, yeah, really looking forward to getting that out for Halloween. So, yeah, really pleased with that.
It's even, I know there's a couple of people get really geared up for Halloween events and things like that, and even starting to see some other things trickle through my feed at these days. And it's like, wow, I always start thinking about Halloween mainly once the kids go back to school, sort of things like, one hurdle and stuff like. But no, that's still a little bit away. So, but it will sneak up pretty quick. These things always do.
Yeah, that's why I thought I'd better work on it. I worked on it as soon as I got it. So, yeah, I know how long this would take.
And then, I saw this week one of the light companies has basically released now the light kit for it, and I was sort of looking at that. It's like, I don't think Trevor would incorporate that, but that would kill you probably.
I may have pulled the trigger on the exclusive Wicked Brick display case though.
I was just about to say, have you seen the Wicked Brick case? I saw it a few times. It is gorgeous.
Yeah, I had to get that one. Yeah, I thought I'm not, doing all this work and everything. I thought I've got to display it in that case. It's beautiful. So yeah, put my order in, and I'm glad I did because they're all sold out now. So
oh, come on.
It does take sets to a new level. Cases they do.
Yeah.
Forget like the dust free. I think a lot of people like the cases to keep dust off, but the background that these cases have, it really.
Oh, if you look at that, and they do like a matte finish, and the way you can display it, sort of at an angle and everything, it's just beautiful with the moon. And like I say, I'm really looking forward to that one. And I might push it to get the light kit later on, but we'll see. Because even that takes your setup to a whole new level. I think it brings the bricks to life, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
it really does.
Yeah.
Definitely think it does.
But you have to say to yourself, stop, because that. With the kit, the lighting kit, don't go there.
You already have too much stuff, and then when you got too much stuff, then occasionally, if you have to do the good old house move, then you really start to notice some of these things. And I think somebody who's kind of gearing up to that, but might want to be forgetting about it. Brick Askew, welcome along. How are you going this evening?
Hi, buddy.
Hey. Yeah, all good, cheers, all good. Getting there. I'll go into house stuff in a second, but yeah, be nice to forget it for a moment. Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Yeah,
good, thank you.
Yeah, going well. So,
yeah,
you're about your house move. How about to change the whole land around?
Yeah, living with Lego has been an eye opener of how much I've accumulated in a pretty short amount of time, and I'm looking forward to having it organized properly and not spread out in various random places.
So just mentally going through and sort of like setting up your room in your mind. It's like, this is how it's going to go. That's where I've got to put things.
That's it. Yeah, because it's got built-in wardrobes. I've got to work out how to get rid of them without having to rip off wallpaper and plaster, because I don't want to be dealing with.
Yeah, you don't need to hang any clothes up, do you? Just have room for them.
No, exactly. Chuck them in the corner.
Get your priorities.
Yeah. But yeah, that's been quite dominating.
Excellent, good year. I was just going to kick off this week. There's been some interesting sort of releases and different things happening, and I thought we'd give everyone a bit of a heads up during the week and maybe start tackling them. I guess the one which has come out in particular has been the Ideas Insects. That's sort of been announced officially, and with that, it brings up the actual way that it's been done is quite a bit different from the original submission. So there's always this sort of thing of how much does the Lego Ideas, as it goes through, need to sort of stay as what it was versus, when the Lego group sort of get a hold of it and really start toying with it and everything like that. So I'd just be kind of curious to sort of see people's opinions on it. And that's Ollie, sort of kicking off with you. What's your sort of take?
Well, first off, I really like the new idea set, the bugs, and I actually prefer it to the original submission Like it was cool, but it wasn't tempting. But now I'm actually tempted to get it, and I think it's fine for Lego to do it because it's ideas is the name. It's all of the name really. Like I don't think they need to do it exactly. It might be nice, but it's not necessarily going to be up to the same standards of Lego or like in terms of stability and how it's built and just the look of it as well. I guess it's got to fit into Lego's whole ethos. So I personally think it's fine. I do wonder how the original designers are with it, like if they're, because I know they can have varying levels of involvement in the whole design process. So I do wonder if the original designers get annoyed by it or not, if they're perfectly fine. I imagine having a Lego set based on your designs is a pretty big high as it is. But that's the main thing I'm curious about. But otherwise, I think it's absolutely fine for Lego to change things.
Change it up, yeah. It's certainly hearing some comments from different people, particularly going through the design platform or the ideas platform and everything like that. Certainly people just like, I just want to have a Lego set sitting on the shelf in the store, however that gets achieved. And that's kind of a bit of the buzz sort of thing that goes through it. And the general sort of idea of Lego really getting in and changing a design, and at which point does it no longer sort of become the original design as such?
Yeah, there must be like a bit of a crossover point, I guess, as to where, I wonder, that's, kind of ties into wondering if the original designers ever get a bit disappointed or not. Nice, slowly blinking at us.
I think he's got a bit of lag issue tonight.
Yeah, he does seem to.
Yeah, I think he's froze.
What do you guys think? While we're,
I think if I was able to submit an idea like that to Lego, because that's what it's all about, Lego ideas, I'd be really, really chuffed that they're taking it on board, and up the scale of the model, or up the game about it. And at the end of the day, they've got to produce a set that's going to sell. Lego aren't going to produce anything that's not going to sell, and it's got to be mass appealing. So I'm all for it. You never know how the designer feels. I grant you, but if I was to submit a design and they take it on board, like I say, and ran with it, I'd be more than happy. And you saw a set that you sort of gave the idea to, you designed it originally.
You were the starting point, weren't you?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It's like, I can't imagine that every Lego set starts out exactly how it ends up, right? There's going to be a starting point for all Lego sets. I imagine a lot of them do start a similar thing and change loads along the way.
Even you'll have a Lego designer who'll design something, and then it can go to whatever process, and they'll go back and say, "Can you change this? Can you change that?" So there's probably hundreds of different changes.
Exactly.
Whilst the set's being designed. So I like them. I'm like you. I didn't think that I would purchase the original idea, but now they've done it with the leaves and the bit of foliage, etc. I like them. Yeah. I just hope we don't get stung on the price.
Well, I was going to say that that's a shame about the bee. Like, it would have been nice if there's a proper bee in the.
Well, you get a little bee, and you get a little tiny ladybird, don't you?
I do like that. There's the nod to that.
Yeah. So they're still there, but they're miniature.
Right there. Just hold that thought for a little sec there. Had somebody else sort of pop along. I know I'm glitching really badly tonight, which is not a good sign. So before I do that, I'll bring in our favorite Amazon Germany affiliate. Hope that they're going well this evening. Welcome along, Nicole. How are you going this evening?
I'm well. I'm so sorry
Nicole.
for delaying.
Hello.
Hi there.
Hi.
I'm not good for my reputation, right? It's German punctual. Ah.
You got to go against the grain sometimes. So,
yeah.
How's your week?
It's not bad. Not bad. I'm having dreams.
Oh, is that the village set?
The
The dream
village.
set.
Is it the village set? I thought it's something like
No, that's not the small village set. That's the bigger house. It's the,
Oh, sorry, right,
Right.
yeah.
All
So like
right.
stables or something.
yeah.
Oh, I can't think of the name of that one now.
Let me see.
You enjoying
I,
it?
Horses.
I enjoy
Yeah.
it very, very much. I should know the name. Yeah. Wait a second. Yeah. Stable of Dreams.
Stable
Or
of
something
Dreams.
like that.
That's it, yeah.
That's right.
And to make it even more exciting,
Amazon of Dreams.
Oh, yeah, I saw it. Is that a milk plate? Is that a big old milk plate? Oh, nice.
I will put it on it.
Wow.
That's where it's going to
Is
be.
it going to go in your city?
Either in the city or
Okay,
on
yeah.
top. It depends on how the size will be and how well you can see it, because the Batcave used to be up there, and
Yeah.
it's quite sizable. But if it's in the distance and up high, it looks as if it were tiny. And the house is not as big as the Batcave, so it could be like when it's up there, that it looks as if there were a tiny look at my ceiling, as if I had there a smudge and not a Lego set. So yeah, it will depend on whether it goes into the city or up there as a dream up in the sky.
Nice.
Nice.
How
So
are you?
yeah, just what we're going well. And just sort of what we were talking about, or started talking about, was the bugs and the Lego ideas and how they're sort of changing, and hopefully it didn't glitch out too bad. But One Brick Stud, what was your sort of take on it?
Didn't like it at first. Didn't like the idea. I looked at the concept and I looked at before it became an official Lego set. I really didn't like it at all. It's not in sort of like my area, and because obviously it's an expensive passion of ours, Lego, and you've got to be like careful to know exactly which sets you like, and try and think, is that if it's something you're not particularly like that well, not to get it. But since I've seen it officially revealed, I think it's great. And whoever thought of the idea and convinced Lego to make it to official set should be very proud. Really, really, really so.
They're a really amazing builder, actually.
Absolutely.
Right?
And Lego ideas, there's got to be, sort of limitless. I know a lot of people are probably not that keen on bugs. I think a lot of us will probably say, we like buildings, and, for those who have got Lego cities and so on, to keep having ideas of buildings you can keep, or opportunities to incorporate sets into your Lego city. And bugs, I'm pretty sure you could combine it into a Lego city. You can have like the bugs, some like massive insect invasion or something. I don't know, but I like the idea.
I think because I've got a lot of the botanicals, the flowers and different things. I think they go really well, perfectly well. That kind of arrangement.
It's like a little expansion to all the flowers and so on. But no,
I'll just have them on like my desk or something. I think they're just quite a nice piece in themselves.
And I actually welcome a few bugs to keep the dust away.
Do we know what the price will be?
I don't know yet.
No, I don't know.
Probably 50, 60 pounds, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it has been announced. I can't remember what they. I want to say £70.
And also it's going to
pay too much attention to it.
Lego's going to keep making more of these. I think it's going to be something each year, every couple of years, where they can just keep adding more and more insects to their to
Yeah, I
this
wonder.
theme.
Because do they often do like lines or themes come out of ideas sets very often? They often seem to be like a standalone thing and like one and done.
It depends on how
Usually-
well they sell, because you could argue that when the very first idea set came out, the Friends set, the Ideas Friends Scenery TV show set,
Oh, okay.
the
'Cause there
central
was
part.
what's it? Something before there as well.
Yeah,
wasn't there?
Kuso.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Japanese
Like the rover,
regional
was it the Mars
cruises
rover?
or something.
Was it? I thought in regard to the TV shows, the Friends sets were the very first one. And then afterwards...
Oh, sorry, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then there was Seinfeld and then The Office as well, wasn't there? And Big Bang
Both of
Theory.
those have been actually ideas ones, where I think the clearest one that we've had otherwise would be the Sonic one. You had the little set, and then
Oh, yeah.
obviously
Yeah,
they've now
that's right.
brought out the whole line.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, but
Okay,
yeah, certainly
yeah.
the Friends one. They did the Friends, no, the Central
Perk.
Perk, and then the apartments was not actually under ideas.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, but then there were Seinfeld, and then there were
There's Queer Eye as
Queer
well,
Eye.
wasn't there?
Queer
Yeah.
Eye.
Yeah,
Queer Eye.
there was
Although if you go
something
back, I
else.
thought the first one
Big
may
Bang?
have been Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang was
Right.
first.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think Big Bang was before Friends.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, Nicole, what's your take on the bugs and them going through and changing it?
It's not for me, but I like that they did it, because it's something that is it's experimental. Something I like, for example, the typewriter. Someone else would maybe argue, why the typewriter? Buy an actual typewriter that you can
Yeah.
type
You know
on.
what though? I wasn't fussed about the typewriter until I saw it in person. It's actually like a really cool little. Well, I say little. It's a really cool build.
Right, and the sound of it, I love it. It's
Yeah.
pushing boundaries and what can be done with the brick.
Mm.
Yeah, like with the bonsai, some like it, some don't, and you have an argument for and against it. Like, if you like bonsais, buy an actual bonsai. Why do you buy a Lego one?
Oh, you
I
gotta
buy a
look
Lego
after
one because someone was able to recreate something out of bricks, out of standard pieces.
It's like the orchid. I love that. I really
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's incredible. That set. And
That's something where I'd have a
I think it's
couple of
actually
sets
one.
and have it a couple of times around the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think very much as what other people have commented, the original submission of the bugs I looked at and just went, yeah, that's going to be an easy pass if it stays like that. But then they've obviously retooled it into the one that they've done now, and it sort of got me thinking about it a second time. Like, it's like, maybe it could be interesting. But I think certainly, again, like others have said, if they've got to go through and make it more legofied in terms of how it's put together and it feels and it works, and ultimately they're about selling products, so if they feel that's the best way to do it. And I know particularly when they did the Barracuda Bay one, when that went through as like just a pirate ship, and then when it got turned into the Pirates of Barracuda Bay and sort of, obviously referencing the license or the previous existing IP and things, at that time there was a bit of a discussion about it and a bit of a debate. And I think it just comes down to what the final product is when you build it, what's the experience, everything like that. If it needs to lean back on the other ones, then I don't particularly have an issue with that. Having done some of the the ideas years ago, submitting stuff for it and everything like that. Like occasionally you'll get something which will just take off and then, get straight through. But otherwise, it's a fair old grind to go through and promote it and just constantly be at it and things. So I think by the time you get out the other side, if it does get to the review stage and then it does get made into a set, and the fact that it just ends up on the shelf, I think is going to sort of, from a designer point of view, make all that sort of worthwhile. I guess the other ones which I think it's going to get really interesting. We've obviously had the BTS go through, and that sold really, really well. I think in the next round there is at least 4 Taylor Swift ideas that have hit 10,000. So I'd just be curious to see what people think of a Taylor Swift one and whether it will get up. So does anyone want to jump in and have some thoughts on that?
It's going to sell. Taylor Swift is a worldwide phenomenon to a lot of people. So it will sell. For me, it's something I wouldn't be interested in. I'm not a big fan of Taylor Swift and so I like my music, but I'm not a big fan of her. But it's gonna sell, and it's gonna reach a wide audience because Lego will know a lot of people will like Taylor Swift and so on. I think Shy. I think he's a Taylor Swift fan, isn't he? And
there's a whole bunch of Taylor Swift fans in the
Lego
community.
In the community, there's I think there's about 2
or
3.
Tech is a big Taylor Swift fan. Yeah.
I think Holly on
I like her
Films
music, but I don't think, like the BTS one, I don't think it's a set for me personally. But I enjoy her music.
It will sell massively, surely. It will sell better than the BTS.
God, yeah.
She's much bigger than them, right?
Yeah, she's massive. Yeah.
Have you heard about her and the prices of tickets?
They're insane, right? Aren't they like $1,500 and higher to get?
I heard a rumor that the plan is to change ticket prices for a concert from having a certain price to a certain area to seeing what someone is willing to pay, and the one who pays most just gets the ticket.
Oh.
That's something that I heard. I'm not really sure if that's really the case.
That's I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think I like that. That
doesn't sound very fair, does it?
No. Yeah, that definitely creates a tiered system within her fans.
I think it raises an interesting question, because when at the moment, the tickets hitting 1,500 and stuff like that, a lot of the times that's going directly to the scalpers and everything. So it's almost acknowledging that happens, and it's like, well, rather than do that, we'll just cut out the scalpers and we'll take the money ourselves, sort of thing. Like that sort of strikes me as an interesting sort of idea, and as that. But
surely there's other ways to beat scalpers. That's profiteering, isn't it? This or maybe not profiteering, but it's
Yeah. And even without it, tickets prices for concerts went through the roof. It's when I'm not going to concerts anymore, but a couple of years ago, when I spent 150 euros on a ticket, I thought I spent big money on it. And now 150 euro on a ticket, it's cheap.
I can't believe that. That's mad. Especially like the contrast of we're in a cost of living crisis, kind of around the world, right?
Yeah.
But it was still able to. I mean, obviously, I say this, sat in a room full of Lego, but the fact that people are still able to afford like £1,500 or dollars or whatever on a concert, and plus there's travel and hotel and all the other expenses. Yeah. That's an awesome holiday you could go on.
Because I love all the concerts that I went to. I love the memories that I have of them. It's a joy to hear live music. I'm a total fan of live music. I love it. Nothing better except of Lego. But if you go to a concert, You listen to the music, go home, have the memories, and then you spend 1,500 euros on it. If you spend 1,500 euros on Lego, you are able, even if you buy from Lego, you are able to carry a lot of Lego home with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I spent about maybe close to 1,500 on going to a festival, and then that admittedly was like 8 days and nights long, with kind of before and after parties either side. So it's kind of a 10-day festival.
It's like
So
a
that's completely
vacation.
different, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah, but the experience of that was amazing, and that's like lived
Yeah.
with me for
right.
will live with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
So I guess it's whatever floats your boat.
right. Yeah, there is no right and no wrong. Lego tour is more expensive?
Oh yeah, that inside tour costs a few thousand, I think. And there's like a really limited thing. You get like a set. Then you I think there's a set of only like 200 copies of it are made a year, and yeah. But that's really expensive. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Yeah. And I think
Who are you going to
I've never
meet
been on it
these
or anything
tours?
like that.
You'd hope the people on the tour are friendly. Imagine if you paid all that money and you don't like the people you're on the tour.
Yeah, can we money back, please?
2,000 euros. Yeah, from what I understand, it's as what you said, it's only a very small group of people, and there are some exclusives with it. I think within that, do you also get? Is it like £500 worth to spend in the shop as well? But I think it's a couple of days, isn't it, or a day or so? I'm not sure whether John's done it. But
You'd hope so for all that amount of money, wouldn't you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You won't be charging that much, Ollie, when you open your new Lego room, will you?
I don't know if my Lego room will be worth $2,000 for a tour. Yeah, okay. Almost 3 days.
Yeah, no, a lot of people been on it and thought it was worthwhile. You get a set which you can sell 1,000 to 2,000 euros historically on the second-hand market almost 3 days. And John's not done it himself. Yeah, I think it's spoken to 1 or 2 people from London AFOLs have done it.
Ollie, who's involved in IT Toys' stuff, has done it as well, I think.
But I never have thought that it's thousands and thousands of euros that you have to spend on it. I rather thought it's something like on invitation, because not everyone can probably do the special tour, seeing the walls and everything. But I thought it's an invitation thing of the AFOLs of London or something.
No, yeah, I think it's just you just pay whoever gets there first come, first serve.
Yeah, it might also be. I think it's sort of like a lottery raffle. Yeah, John's coming back here and saying anyone can do it. You apply once a year. Yeah, so it's because I think the numbers for it are like small, like it's only about 50 people or something like that. So I think it's meant to be more just sort of one of those sort of real experience type things. What's Simon also said here? Put my name down to do the inside tour, but didn't get selected. And then John's also saying it's very limited numbers and they avoid letting people do it multiple times in a row. Yeah. So I think to spread it around, I think it's kind of like, the ultra sort of Lego experience or something, as opposed to, just a Legoland or a Lego house or something like that. I mean, that's an interesting question. would people here, if you had the opportunity, but you had to pay 2,000 to do it, would you actually do it, or is there other things you'd want to do in front of that? One brick stud. What's your sort of thoughts?
No, I mean just throw down 2,000 on things that don't last particularly long. Not for me. No. I think there's so
What
many
would be your number? What would you be willing to pay for it?
I don't know.
7 years in a row. That's
Nicole
harsh.
seems very.
What do you pay, Nicole?
But is there only taking very limited numbers?
Yeah, I think it would be for me. It would be depending on if I only went there on a day trip, then I think I would be willing to pay for it 30 euros, tops 50. There's a tour guy, he spends the whole day with me. The group is really small, just 10, 15 people. This guy wants to be paid and eat at the end of the day as well, 50 euros maximum. If I stay there for a couple of days and I pay for accommodation and then not much more than 20 or 30 euros. Like if I went to a brewery or a museum and book a tour. Because that's not the main focus of Lego. They do not make the money on giving tours. They are doing quite well without it to make money out of it.
I wonder why it's £2,000. Is it just to keep it exclusive, or is it actually, does it cost anywhere near that much to put on this tour? I suppose the Lego set is
to keep it.
quite expensive.
I would imagine it's to keep it exclusive because they know not everybody's going to pay out that, are they?
Yeah.
That, and also too, they are going through and designing out a set like complete that is, it's box instructions, and it's only available for those people who do it. So there is a cost for that. You are spending time with actual designers and things, so there's going to be costs for that. You are given access to various parts within the Lego. I think one of the main buildings, which you normally don't get. So I think there are, there's always some cost to it. So it does cover that. Whether or not it includes accommodation, I don't particularly know.
But it's rather like a luxury product for a premium customer base. It's a bit like meeting Bono. You do not really pay Bono by the hour. It's just that it's for those who can afford it.
It's like you said, Matt. It's a premium experience for somebody that A, can afford it, B, doesn't mind paying that much out, and C, wants to go and have a tour that's going to cost that much.
Yeah, I don't know. I would rather, if it was a choice between that and going to the other side of the world for a once in a lifetime holiday, I'd go around the other side of the world. Yeah. Yeah, Lego's awesome, but I don't know.
You wouldn't pay that much, no. I'd be the same.
You can go on some sort of you can go on some sort of like road trip around America, with certain money. You can go around like New Orleans, Washington, probably for that amount.
Yeah. I'm sure you could build some Lego stuff in along the way. I'm sure there would be Lego culture. Yeah.
And I could imagine that you must be a diehard Lego fan, because if I went there spending 2,000 euros on this tour, and then a designer would come out to give me the tour. It could be any designer, because I don't know any designer. So they could get someone from the street telling me, I'm Ole, I designed, and I will nod and smile and think, that's Ole. Congratulations, I met Ole. I had to Google afterwards if Ole is really a designer or someone they picked. It's I don't know.
Yeah, because I couldn't name, or maybe name one or two, one of the designers, maybe. Yeah, I'd have no idea.
Yeah, I can only name Marco Besser. I think that's the only one I can, because he's designed one or two sets I love.
I know a guy called Ollie. He's a fantastic mock designer. That's all. That's all I know.
I haven't invoiced Lego yet. I'm not a Lego designer.
That's how it starts, Ollie. You met them trees. That's it. Great frame coming. I'm surprised you're not being watched. You are top quality.
Yeah, thank you. That's very kind.
You never know if you haven't seen. Just remember, the first set you design, I'll give you my address. Just drop me one.
Yeah.
Noted. But I don't know. I don't think I'm anything compared to a lot of people out there. There's so many insane people doing insane things with Lego. Yeah, I don't think I really compare.
What do you reckon is essential for the perfect mock? Is it just creativity, or is it do you think like you need such a huge amount of bricks? You know, I kind of find some of the greatest mocks that happen to be some of the smallest designs.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, like there's. It's an incredibly broad question, isn't it? Yeah, because some of the smaller ones are just as impressive as the massive ones because of what you've got to work with, right? The limitations. And I guess like with a lot of things, the limitations can help to make something more impressive. So like building smaller. But then again, when you've got the insanely massive builds that are really detailed and you just can't wrap your head around it.
Yeah. I like mocks, which if you look at it, you think, do you know what, that's something that Lego could design or sell. I mean, they're not going to sell a 30,000 piece set. Things like that. I like it within a certain, no more than, I don't know, 7,000 pieces. Because I think anything beyond that is just unrealistic. I think.
I think the ones that I like the most are either ones that make me smile or that are just like don't look like Lego. So it could be like a model. There's some
typewriter.
There's I need to look up his name. Like it's like Rahagul or something. I'll try and find him. Like stuff he makes is amazing. Like you wouldn't know it was Lego if you stood like a certain distance away. Like, absolutely stunning. That's the kind of stuff that I aspire to. I'm going to try and find his name now so that I can.
I like the smaller scale stuff. I think that's one of the things I'm interested in the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds because it's it's like a different scale. It's
absolutely
gorgeous to look at.
Like I think that one is better than the micro scale Hogwarts that came out in 2018. It's just because it covers more ground. I mean, there's so many things missing from the 2018 one, and it was like 6,000 pieces. I can't remember what Castle and Grounds is, the new one is, but it's about half the piece count as the micro scale, and it's got more to it. It's got more of the location and what surrounds Hogwarts. But it's just that I guess
looks like there's some.
It doesn't always need better, does it?
No, it looks like there's some little Easter eggs as well underneath as well.
That's it's got some exposed sections, so it's got like the Philosopher's Stone tasks and the Chamber of Secrets, and so it's got a bit of an interior, which is nice, and it's not like dominated with stickers, which the big castle is. It looks smart, and I think the display value of that set is just it's brilliant. It's definitely eye popping.
Rangal is his name. Ranghall. Go and I'll put it in the chat or something. It's just check his stuff out on Instagram. It's absolutely amazing.
It's amazing, and then also too on his Instagram, he goes through and shows you breakdowns of some of his techniques and things, and particularly he does a lot of buildings, and particularly I wouldn't say they're medieval, but they've got that very sort of look to them, and they're quite tall. And the way that he achieves it with clips and everything, it is quite amazing. And I think one of the ones he's done lately is he's done a river, or sort of a water, and he's sort of built it on its side, and so that when you look at it from sort of away, it's got an amazing effect, and you'd never sort of think of doing it that way. I think we'll just pop it up here on screen.
Yeah, because that sideways, because it catches the light really well, doesn't it? And then it just looks like it's really smooth water, and then puts in different bits of colours. Yeah, that his stuff is, I would say, like one of the top.
Yeah, and he keeps on doing submissions for Lego ideas, which never ever quite get through. But I just think his technique is either something which either wouldn't fit within Lego in terms of as a build quality, or there's just so many pieces to it that it's just not achievable.
Yeah, I think maybe he.
But it would be good to see one of his.
Sorry. I think he almost goes too detailed for a Lego set. They need to simplify it a bit, which is also an art in itself, making something as simple as possible, but as good as possible.
Well, I'm looking at some of his pictures, and I can safely say I'd rather be offered this than Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But no, this is great. I mean, these are people that really shows just how far Lego can go, because Lego just keeps evolving. Lego engineering just keeps going on and on and on, you know. And
what you can do with the pieces now, it's just, when you look back years ago, it's ballooned.
Yeah, and I love how it seems like mocking seems to feed back into Lego in terms of their own designs, and then the new pieces they come out with. Like with plants and trees, for instance, they really upped their game, it seems, over the last few years, and now there's some really awesome pieces coming out.
Yeah,
and I'm guessing that's got to be a mock influence there, and I'm sure it's seen elsewhere.
So what I'm really enjoying watching at the moment is Craig and Baz's castle talk. Have you been catching a bit of that recently?
I need to catch up with that.
I've been watching that. It's such an enjoyable watch, and so on. You just happen to just see how Lego's just evolved over time. I mean, like, I suppose the baseline at the moment, if we're relating to their topic, is the Legoize castle, maybe because that's like one of the recent castle sets and so on. And obviously there's obviously one or two other sets like it, but yeah, it just shows how far Lego is come.
That's a good example as well, isn't it? That castle, because even like the black and white building with the straw roof, like, I'm building that, I was absolutely amazed. I was like, this was nothing like when I was a kid. Like building a castle back when I was a kid, I would never dreamt of anything like that bit. And like just all of it really. The gate, even it's the gate itself.
You'd be lucky if you had a working drawbridge.
Yeah, but you just had these big wooden doors. I've even got them in a box somewhere.
It makes you think, 20 years ago, Lego looked like this. What would the next 20 years look like? You know,
God.
Yeah.
We'll be looking at our sets now thinking, gee, they look old and blocky and
primitive.
Yeah.
How did we get onto this? What was the topic of conversation? Were we talking about the tour?
Yes, we was, yeah.
You guys haven't told us yet what you would be willing to pay for it.
Yeah. I actually no. Yeah, I don't think I would be. What I would be willing to pay for maybe €100.
100 euros, yeah.
Yeah, 100, 150 at a push, if depending on what there was. I mean, I'd be happy not getting the exclusive set and all of that. I imagine that must eat up a good chunk of the cost of it. But yeah,
I'm not really sure that's really the case, because Matt has a point that the design of a set costs, but production can't be. I can't imagine that these, whatever the number is, even 1 million. Let's imagine 1 million sets would be produced. One set, how much will the cost of one set be?
But then that's the first set's the most expensive, right? And then they might. Yeah, it's typically, well, it depends on how they make it. I think production lines have gotten better over the years, but typically if you're making a small, like 50, a limited run of 50, it's going to cost a lot more per unit. But then it also depends on what pieces they're using, and like if they're using pieces that are already in production for other sets,
Right.
they'll
Yeah.
just siphon them off.
Right.
But yeah, and also it does depend on how efficient their production line is, because I think it's Adidas a few years ago was starting to change how they did their shoes to the point where they could make a single pair of shoes, like a limited run of one pair of shoes, and it would cost like the same or similar as if they were making a million of another shoe. Like, so yeah, it really depends what they're doing with their production.
Right. Yeah, good point.
I think, yeah, it was when we were in Billund, I think we'd sort of picked up, well, I'd sort of known about it, but then my wife had also sort of seen it there, and she was sort of like, you know, for a special occasion, would you like to do this? And I was sort of like, look, you know, we're into Lego as such, but probably not to that extent. For that amount of money, very similar to it. So like, you know, I'd rather go and spend, you know, a couple nights in Africa on safari, or, you know, there's lots of other experiences like that, which I prefer in advance of that.
Yeah, sitting under the stars.
I'm sure it's probably brilliant for what it
is,
and for people who are hardcore into it. Yeah.
I think it's
You
because
know,
we all
certainly
like
somebody
Lego.
came along and said, "Here's a ticket." It's like, yeah,
Right.
I mean-
For free, I would do it.
yeah, no, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with it if it's free as well.
I mean, just because it's Lego doesn't mean we might not be
So-
interested in it. You know, going to Billund, some people might not. Yeah, just because they like love Lego, they might not want to go to Billund in places like that. I know some people that they love Lego, but they don't really fancy going to Legoland.
Yeah, well, you know what? I've been to Legoland. I don't have kids, and I don't recommend going there without kids because it's a bit weird.
Yeah,
It's a weird experience.
yeah, it's really catered for the 2 to 12-year-old sort of market, and yeah, if you don't have kids, it's not like a Disneyland where you get like people who just go along as adults and enjoy it. It's
Yeah, there was, it definitely felt weird. Like seeing the big massive builds in the city, as it were. That was cool, but then, yeah, it just felt very weird. I can't quite describe the sensation. There was a camaraderie. You'd see the odd other like couple or the odd other person who was not with a kid, and you like little nod of the head, and little understanding of what they're going through.
yeah. So did we get then everyone who had whether or not they would do the inside tour or pay for it sort of thing? Did we cover off everyone? Trevor, did we?
Yeah, I said I wouldn't do it for that much. I'm waiting for Nicole to pay for me to go for all her affiliate links.
Since I revealed that I am actually Amazon, I probably should just send you my jet and invite you all to come along.
Yeah, that's it. There you go. Yeah.
What discount would we get on the Lego? He'd still charge us for the Lego though, right?
No. Take whatever you like. Whatever fits on my jet on the way home, you can bring.
That would be insane.
Have you bought anything off Amazon this week, Nicole?
Yes, I bought the set. And I bought the tree. And everyone who cannot stand discounts, please mute yourself for the next 10 seconds, because this one costs 85 euros, if I'm not wrong, and the tree 105. So in all, I should have paid 190, and in fact, I paid 140.
nice.
So save 50 euros on these.
It's been out for like 2 weeks, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Man, can't get.
I
my
need
head
that.
around
I
it.
need that one for my set as well. I need that one going for all of them.
Yeah, you go for all of them now.
Well, yeah, kind of.
If you really
That's what he's needs to fix.
Trevor, if you really want to buy all of the sets, except of the tiny houses which are shop exclusive, but every set is price reduced 25 to 30% on Amazon.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to wait till I see deals now on the rest. So, yeah, I'm in no rush. I'll wait till they come down.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will soon enough, won't they?
Yeah.
I had an Amazon delivery only about a couple of hours ago.
Ooh, what did you
get?
Just the last one. Needed it, and it was just the slivering banner.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the 3, I got the 4 now, and it was 20. It's obviously £30 regular retail, but it was £21. So I just thought I'd pull the trigger there because, like I said last week, these sets are just not worth what they were. The regular retail price. So I just thought, well, I'll get that, and then that's the banners complete. That's it now. I'm not getting anything more because it's green dots.
Green dots coming up again. I bet you're excited, aren't you? I bet you're going sleepless nights, aren't you? Waking up, green dots.
Oh, absolutely. No. I'm my wife's saying I'm talking in my sleep. She can hear me saying it while I'm but no, I can't wait. And it's popping up in Lego stores. I know in what's that place in London? Is it Blue Water or something? Is that right? Yeah, it's displayed.
Is that the
there.
one where they've built it? Yeah, they've got it on display, haven't they?
Yeah, they got it on display there. And
I tell you what, somebody's taken a video up through the window. It looks absolutely amazing.
I know. I saw that. It does look amazing. And we haven't had any information about the gift for purchase yet. However, BrickClick had confirmed a few things this past half hour. Just confirm what I thought what would happen. It's going to connect to the bottom of the mine carts.
Oh yeah, so a vault, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought it is what I thought it'd be. It's just going to be a generic vault with a goblin.
Is it just going to be with that set? Because I was going to buy the Hogwarts Castle and Grounds. I didn't know whether you get that as well.
No, it's not locked. It's not. You don't have to get green dots to get that gift for purchase. No, it's 4 whole Harry Potter sets. So yeah,
but obviously the gift we purchased make more sense if you got green dots though.
Yeah, absolutely.
But then you could get it now and then get green dots later, I guess, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Right. Do we know what the limit is to spend on it?
I can't remember. Something in the back of my head is telling me £120. Don't know what that is in euros, but 120.
But that is amazing because the house that is isn't it 230, 250 at the moment? The little German house.
Yeah, it's high. That is.
Right,
It's very high. Yeah.
It's a German house, isn't it, or a Swiss?
Yeah.
A Swiss. For us Germans, everything is German.
Yeah. I saw someone trying to say it was like, I can't remember where they said it was from. And I was like, no, it's pretty like German, or well, I reckon it's Swiss.
It's a bit like with me and the Amazon discounts. I will repeat as often as it's needed, so that people will tell, is it Swiss? I think I heard somewhere that it's German. And then someone else comes along and will say, right, I heard that too. And that's how it becomes then a German house.
Fair enough. I can't believe the threshold on those houses. They're not even good.
I've not bothered with any of them. I thought, you're not doing that. They're not worth that.
No.
You're spending that much.
I've got 2 kind of unintentionally, and I've sold one and need to sell the other because it just takes up space.
So is this gift we purchased with any Harry Potter that you're going to buy?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It's a bit like that case where we all thought that was it a Disney 100 gift for purchase? We all thought it might have been, we had to get that giant castle.
Yeah.
But no, it's you know, you can go get your Hogwarts castle and grounds and get it.
I was going to say that's good because that's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
Yeah, it does look good, that one. I think I'm going to get that at some point. Like,
Yeah.
I might even be able to convince my wife to have it in the living room or something, because it's the kind of thing you could, I don't know, it's a nice little nod to Harry Potter in general, isn't it?
Tempted to get two of the vaults, one for myself and one just to keep, because
Well, it said 2 Gringotts then.
No.
Tempted to get 2.
No chance. No.
Is that just to extend the minecart so you got the bigger roller coaster?
I just think about.
Someone's going to do that, aren't they?
I'm oohing and ahhing whether to get the castle and grounds, but it's because I wouldn't mind another vault, because the gift for purchase, even the one from last year, which is there's nothing really exclusive about it, but the value of that gift for purchase last year is ridiculous. I've seen them sold for £70-80, and
really for a gift purchase? I thought they kind of topped out at £35.
Yeah, it's a part of like sort of like Lego Harry Potter Facebook groups, and some of them have been successfully selling for £70 onwards, because I think it's because the gift for purchase last year could connect with the anniversary sets, and I think a lot of people wanted to get to get the ultimate Hogwarts. So I'm not sure if that influences the price, but the only thing exclusive was the stickers. There was about 20 stickers for the gifts for purchase last year. But so I wonder what this vault is going to be worth in about 12 months' time.
What are you going to do about that sticker? Have you decided yet on the front of Gringotts?
I am. I'm definitely not cutting it. No. No,
There's been different things about it. People have said, "Oh, they're going to cut it." People say they're going to redo it. Oh, there's that much controversy about this one sticker.
It's a ridiculous decision, though. Like, what a weird choice to put massive space right at the front.
It is, yeah.
It is. It is. It is almost criminal. I mean, there's certain part. I know they're not every single brick is going to be, sort of printed and so on. But I think some bricks have to be.
Yeah,
like that has to be printed. And I think even if it was a very good sticker, there's no gaps in the letters. I think we still have some issues with it. But it's just there is a big enough gap. I'm sort of. I thought it might have been a rendering error at first, but there doesn't seem to be a rendering error. And
well, just didn't print it.
I know, just print it. Just print it. But no, I think the stickers that from what we've like the Gringotts that we've seen displayed at the Lego store in London. I still think the stickers could be brought closer together. I think they can be brought closer together to a point where you feel it's not too bad. But like I said, that sticker, it could be a lot better. And they did that with Diagon Alley. So the Weasley Wizard Wheezes,
right?
it's all like separated. It's not good. So I think it's not the worst sticker out of the Diagon Alley. Well, you can class this as a Diagon Alley set. It's certainly not the worst. I'm just looking at it now. It's just, yeah.
You're going to have to Instagram you putting this sticker on.
Oh dear, no, I don't.
No pressure.
Yeah, it's going to be pulled up on that because it's not going to be too long. Maybe a week, and we're going to start getting all the reviews because I think all the land members are getting Gringotts now. I know Swift
Bricks. Is that the one who did the 12-hour build or something? Did you put a video up? Shared a video somewhere? There's someone who's had it already, right, and built it?
No, 12 hours. I think you might be referring to Topic Bricks there.
Okay. I thought there was a video of someone building it, but maybe there's a challenge.
There was. Yeah, there was. There's one speed building it, and I can't remember who that was. I've never come across that channel, and no, but a lot of the land members are getting their sets now. I know Swift Bricks, whether you've come across her, she's got hers, and the Castle Grounds yesterday.
I'd be interested to see that one as well, because that's the one I like. Not knocking your green gots, but I'm not a diehard Harry Potter fan, but I do love that set. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
I saw Brixie got the new Star Wars sets as well.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do look cool. I'm not going to get them, but yeah.
I'm because I do collect Star Wars as well. I am almost on the fence. I just feel like it's the minifigures are gorgeous. The minifigures are top.
Yeah, they're the best bit. If I wanted anything, I'd get them. But then it gets to the point that you might as well buy the sets because
they're
going to be expensive enough as they are.
I mean, a lot of them's got a lot of foot printing and so on. I think one of the sets has a lot of foot printing and nice leg printing and so on. They've got all out on the figures.
Yeah, they do look good. I'm not too fussed about the ships themselves, though. Even the Ghost. I know the Ghost is really popular, but I don't. Yeah.
I tell you what, I saw. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I just changing the subject slightly. When I was in Tesco's today, you know what I came across in boxes?
CMFs.
Yeah.
Did you?
So we had a look at them, but I didn't have my scales with me, so I didn't bother.
You're your scales.
I can't believe I found on Instagram they all got different weights. Well, I think one's got shares the same weight with another one.
Yeah.
But don't forget there is one key method, to know what's in those boxes. Open the box.
Yeah. I know.
But yeah.
I'm
That's one of our
surprised
topics today, isn't it? Well,
sorry.
I'd say it's one of our topics today, isn't it, to talk about those boxes, how we all feel.
I don't agree with the big shops selling them early because, there's someone who runs a small shop in the Discord I'm in, and they would get penalised or they get fined for selling stuff early, but I guess the bigger supermarkets either don't or they can just swallow the fine.
We weren't selling many of them, to be fair. There was still plenty in the box when I had a look. I said to Tom, "Are you interested? Do you want to try it? Do you want to collect these? We did the Disney ones," and he looked at them and said, "Nah, I'm okay." So that's fine with me.
Wow.
I've got the whole set on order. In fact, I might have to pay for them.
Have you ordered a whole box?
I've gone in on, someone I know has got a whole box, and I'm going to buy.
Oh, of course, yeah. You said, yeah.
I think that's the best way around it, that is, isn't it?
Yeah, but Trevor, I think you missed out on a viral video. Because walking away from a CMF box in the middle of August, that is quite something.
Yeah, well, we did.
Fair play.
I did pick one up and just rattle it, thinking, "Oh God, that's all of that."
I don't think I'm gonna bother with CMF too much unless I know I'm gonna get the whole set. I think I'll probably leave the whole series. Maybe buy the odd random one, but I'm not gonna try and. I say this now, but I'm not gonna try and get the whole lot.
You've heard that? Have you clipped that, Matt? Have you clipped of that? Because you said that now. Ask him in a couple of weeks.
It's a dangerous road that you could just waste so much money. Right? It's like there's a chance that you could only ever get 4 figures from a series, but buy 20 boxes. And
yeah. But to be fair, if the series is really, really good, it's not that bad if you get doubles or triples.
Yeah, that's true. I think for the more generic, for like the more standard CMF series, that might be right because you can use the different body parts, for want of a better phrase, for various different figs and like characters. But when it's like Marvel or or Disney or something, I imagine it's a bit harder to use the legs for, I don't know, figs in your city and stuff like that. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'd seen somebody had gotten to Tesco's and gotten about a dozen of them, and they literally got triples of 4 figures. So it's like you bought 12. They've only really got 4 figures. And they're just like,
I don't think I'd buy more than a couple.
So,
yeah. Yeah, I'd buy the odd one, and it would probably be because I'm in a supermarket and I just see one, or it'd be in addition to a shop of some sort.
You might have better luck buying one from one shop if you're in another shop buying a couple, and then spread it out a bit. You might find that you get different ones then. I used to do that when they were in the bags, and I got quite lucky then.
Yeah, did you? Because I did wonder. I wonder how many of the majority of people probably aren't feeling the bags to get certain ones. It's probably their kids are like, "Can I get that bit of Lego, please?" And they'll just get them a random one. So I wonder how much it will actually affect sales and that. And then people are saying there's going to be lots of boxes that opened up, and there probably will be, but I imagine there'll also be loads of people that just buy them anyway, and they feel better about being able to recycle the boxes, the packaging.
You don't think Lego's going to, like they did with the bags, where they fill them up, separate them, then you can go and choose which figure. You can go. Do you reckon they'll do that? But maybe open. But I think they'd have to open the box, won't they?
I reckon they've done it to so that they save the hours of their staff feeling bags for people. Because I went to, I'm joking, semi-joking, but I went to the Leicester Square store and they had 3 people stood around feeling bags for the whole time I was there. And it's a bit of a weird, like, if I was running a shop, I'd be like, what are you doing? You could do something that's going to make more money.
Can you imagine
buy £100 set?
Yeah, but can you imagine that would be your full-time job? If that would be really a job to have, like, okay, what do you do for a living? I'm feeling bags.
Professional bag feeler.
I was terrible at feeling those bags. I just can't.
I was. I had security in Sainsbury's. Was it Sainsbury's? Morrison's, all looking at me. And Tom said to me, I think we're being watched. I said, I'm not bothered. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm feeling bags. I did have one. Well, I had the whole box out and put them all back. I did have one gentleman come up to me and said, are you buying any of them? Because I just, put them somewhere else on the shelf. No, we got that one. No, pass me another one. Now we got that one. I thought, bugger it, I'm not bothered. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm just feeling some bags, making a purchase.
I felt too self-conscious.
I do miss that.
In supermarkets. Yeah. In the Lego shop, absolutely fine. I could get away with it and not feel weird. But when I did it in a supermarket once or twice, and I was like, oh god.
But in the supermarket, at least you're staying in the area. It's not as if you took the box and then you just left them randomly in all kinds of parts of the store.
Yeah. I went to one of my local Sainsbury's and I was pulled up on feeling the bags. They didn't like it. And they said, oh, you can't do that, and they mentioned something about I could damage the product inside. And fair enough, maybe I could scratch a torso, I don't know. But they seem more bothered about me doing that. And then they got the magazines, with the foil packs at front. And a lot of them obviously get nicked. Especially if it's got the design with it. They were more concerned about me feeling up the bags than they were about foil packs being stolen.
I'm surprised, really, they haven't put like these security tags on these boxes because it'd be easier for them to do that.
I've seen them put them in the like plastic boxes, so each bag had a box of its own, and you'd have to take it to the till to be opened.
Yeah,
I've only seen it once, but yeah.
Can you take me CMF out this security box?
And then can I feel it? And if it's not the one I want, you can put it back in the box, please.
You said the foil package was stolen.
Yeah,
from the magazines?
It was the Lego Star Wars. It was the one with Bo-Katan in.
Yeah,
and there was about 8 magazines with 4 packs missing.
Because I just bought a magazine, and the magazine was in a. Let me show you.
Right, yeah. And that's a proper one. It's not just like
And I thought,
no clear bag.
that's plastic reducing. Now I have the magazine
Yeah.
in a plastic bag.
Ah,
Yeah.
right.
And that's a Lego, or like not Lego created, but it's by the people who do the magazines, isn't it?
Yeah, more plastic, getting rid of plastic. Now got more
I
plastic.
don't know why they don't do well. I wonder why they didn't try to just use the bags from these for the CMFs. Maybe they're a bit too weak, but they seem to do a
Definitely.
decent
Yeah.
job.
Right. Yeah, but that I was wondering about when I on Monday bought the magazine, and I thought, since when are they packed in plastic bags?
I haven't seen many stolen off the front, but I have seen a few.
It's just the magazines that have got like, it's just basically the 4-pack's just sellotaped on. It's just taped on, and they just basically just remove it. They haven't got the outer packaging like the one Nicole's got.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just, you just either they just cut, sometimes you just see it, they just leave the top of the 4-pack that's attached to it, and they just cut it. And,
really? Oh, God,
yeah.
that sounds much more professional. That's yeah, that's not even chancing, is it?
Yeah, it was when we had the Bo-Katan minifigure, and it happened a few times, I think, after that as well, where it was the Obi-Wan minifigure that's in the that Starfighter set, the Clone Wars one.
Oh, the Kaminoan.
Yeah, that's it. The one that's got the Tom Wee minifigure. Yeah, that's a Kaminoan. Yeah, Kaminoan. Yeah. Oh, that was a great fig.
Yeah.
But at least you won't feel bad about going in Sainsbury's now, will you?
No, I just say they were more concerned because it happened at the same time. They were more concerned I was filling up bags, and I don't even do that because I never get it right anyway. I'm no certain. The only time I've ever got a minifigure right, and it was in the Disney 100 set, and it was this minifigure, and you can probably guess why I got it right.
Because of the body. Yeah,
It's the body. Yeah, that's it. I was chuffed, but
It's like our local toy shop. When I was in there, they watch you like a hawk. And I actually owned up. I said, look, I'm just filling in the bags. That's all I'm doing. I'm not, And I did buy 5 or 6, so, But I think they just don't trust people.
Right.
I think they just want you to get it wrong, and then you come back and buy more.
They might just also not understand what you're doing. I guess it's not really. I can't think of any other thing I've ever bought where I tried to feel what it is through the packaging.
Not feeling, but do you have surprise eggs?
What, Kinder eggs?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, but then if you break all the chocolate, if you try and feel them.
Right. Very true. But when I collected them back in the day, I spent hours in the shop just rattling.
Did you get to know the sound of it then?
Excuse me. Oh, what did I?
Did you learn what it sounded like for the particular toys?
Yeah, I tried to. Yeah.
That was something I saw someone asking. Like, could you use AI to recognize, to be able to tell which CMF is in the box if you like shook it enough? Could you train AI to recognize the pieces knocking together? Did
you see that picture on Instagram? Somebody was walking back to go in the shop and buy CMS, and all they got was a set of scales. So back to CMS.
That's funny.
If there's a way around it, somebody will find it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I complained in the past about stickers and how badly they sometimes are printed, but I'm now beaten by my own argument because that one is one of the best ones because there is a slight deviation in color. There are others in these sets which are exactly the tone of the brick. And in the past, I argued that's the goal. Now I find myself fighting my ability to really differentiate between the sticker and the brick and whether I applied it correctly. because I can't make it any more out between the sticker and the brick. The thing I complained about now beats me.
But it shows they're listening. They're listening to you.
Right? Ah, they're listening to me.
They have to listen to their biggest German customer.
Right. Oh, can you imagine if I stopped buying Lego? The revenue prediction must be corrected.
Is Lego really popular in Germany? I'm guessing it is. It's popular everywhere, but yeah, is it?
It said we are the, I don't know, second, third biggest market.
Okay. Yeah.
I have to Google it, but we are really right.
Because yeah, there's a flagship. Is there a flagship store? I've been to the one in. I think I've been to the one in Berlin.
Yeah, in Berlin there is one. Yeah.
Yeah, the flagship store is where Nicole's sitting.
Unfortunately, yeah. Welcome to my world.
Have you got a Lego store near you? You must. Oh, you've got pub. I keep seeing you get pub pretty regularly, don't you? So I'm guessing you've got a Lego store near you.
I used to, up until last year, I used to live in Cologne.
Okay.
And while I was living in Cologne, the Lego store was up the street. It was on foot, walking over there 5 minutes.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
dangerous. But amazing. Yeah.
That's too dangerous. You want it at least like I have to trek like an hour and a half to 2 hours.
Yeah,
Right.
I've got 45-minute drive, which I think is a good distance.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
dangerous. I bet
Right.
you kept popping over, didn't you?
Yeah. Now it's dangerous and it is good because during COVID it didn't help me because I ordered my sets online anyway. But before COVID, I used it as an excuse. Let's go for a walk, do something for my health. And while I do my round, I go past the Lego store. But during this time, I didn't have a backlog because I had the Lego store up the street. Why would I bring home more Lego? Which, if I they were open, I think until 10 at night. If I haven't started a Lego set until 10 at night, I don't think that I would sit at home at 11 thinking to myself, now I need a Lego set, a certain one, not anyone, a certain one.
They're storing it for you. It's free storage, isn't it?
Right.
Storage. Lego on demand.
Right.
Yeah, that must be awesome, though.
Yeah.
It was really nice. Even when I went to Barcelona, the Lego shop there was about, I think, 10-minute walk from my hotel, and it was just nice to just be able to go there. It wasn't like a massive trek. I could just walk 10 minutes down the road.
Right.
Yeah, it was there.
Yeah. Oh.
So the other thing which they've just announced during the week, and I'm sure we've all seen it, they're changing the VIP to the Insider, and it seems to be
Insiders.
If you scan the front of your instruction books, you'll be able to get 20 VIP points for it, which in the UK works out to about 12.5p. Obviously, people talking about, the limitations on that, or people just scanning something all to death or something. I mean, what are people's thoughts on the change?
Well, the first thought I that entered my head was, firstly, how many manuals have I got and how many VO points I can get. But in all seriousness, I actually started to think about, well, what about the different size of the manuals? I've got sets for manuals for sets that are like no more than 200 pieces big, but then I've got my D2C manuals as well. So I kind of think, is it 20 VIP points for all the manuals? But what about for those manuals that are massive?
It's
Do
just
still get 20?
the same. It's one.
It's the same.
Yeah, 24.
So I'm not a big fan of it. Based on that, I'd like to think that they should go a little bit more specific and just like give us maybe 50 points for bigger manuals and 20 VIP points for the smaller ones and so on. Well, it's called insider points now, isn't it? That was my immediate views. Is what about more points for how big the manuals are?
That's interesting, and that I never thought of, because these are additional points that I hadn't before. It's not, so I wouldn't have differentiated between the size of the set. I rather thought of how is the logic of it, because some sets, like the Harry Potter sets, the modules, I bought a couple of them 2-3 times. I now have 3 instructions. Can I, is there a different code? Do I use each different instruction booklet and I have a different code? Because if it's the same code, what would prevent me from using the same instructions and just scanning it 3 times or handing it over to Trevor?
So each QR code is unique. So
once you've scanned it, you can't scan it
60
again.
points for your 3 manuals.
Yeah, but that's the part that I don't understand. They claim that that's unique, but from a logistics printing point of view, unless they've gone through and printed it different every single time, which I just can't see how you do that.
Apparently, it's not that big a deal. So I was talking to someone who's worked in similar things, but for different industry, for like, I think it was baseball caps, and they've got individual QR codes for every single hat. So my guess is that they've just got some software that randomizes the QR codes and injects it into the file. So there's an individual file for each manual that gets printed, and I guess it must just be cheap enough. But the whole thing is for data, and that's the price they're willing to pay. Like, it's
fascinating that they have done that all the time, not just for the
5 years. Oh, sorry, I completely cut you off there. But yeah, they've been setting it up for 5 years by the sounds of it. Well, it's been going for 5 years because it's from 2018, isn't it?
19, I think.
Oh, was it 19?
Because that's the way that I looked at it. It's sort of like if each one is worth 12.5p, they're effectively going to be buying that data at that cost. It's like they must want it for some reason, because that's very expensive.
But my guess is that they're trying to see where people, I guess it's going to be directed towards AFOLs, right? Because you've got to be 18. But towards where we're spending our money outside of Lego. My guess is they're going to try and get us to buy more Lego directly from them, rather than going to Amazon or wherever.
But that would mean they compare what did I buy from Lego directly, what now am I scanning, and then compare the 2 of them, which one did I buy from Amazon or just from a secondary market from Trevor or someone.
It's going to be data that's going to be very valuable to them.
So it depends if they. I'm guessing they're doing it where they're setting in the QR code, like what store that box has gone to. So if Amazon's getting 1,000 of one set, I'm assuming that they're printing them to order, basically.
Ali, you are totally right, because we just discovered that every QR code is unique. So they know that the QR code that I'm scanning is from Amazon.
Yeah. And probably even what batch it was from, like, so they might be able to tell how quickly Amazon has sold it as well. Like if there's certain products sitting on
the other
Amazon
interesting thing. I've taken the QR code and scanned like one of the books and scanned it already. And the first thing it does is it wants you to download the Lego app. Like there's no other option. It's like, it's taking you straight to the Lego app to download. It's not like, I'm going to do it on the website. It's like, no, download the Lego app. So I think that's a really interesting sort of thing. It's like, they're obviously wanting you on the app and tracking all the other bits and pieces that go along with it.
Yeah, because you won't be able to register them unless you've got the app.
Yeah.
I would say Simon's put an interesting thing. This is something I was thinking as well. So he says, that's a shame. I was going to try creating my own random code. There is a format to them. Like if you scan your code, you can see what the URL is and it's got a certain format. So I wonder if you could just generate your own codes, and 1 in 20 of them might be a genuine code, and you might screw someone else over who's got that manual and wants to go and scan it. But in theory, I'm guessing you could generate your own QR codes and just scan them rather than have to go and buy the sets.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Whether
Do you think they have a safeguard to make sure that you only can scan it once?
Yeah.
Because theoretically, I can build it, scan it, then live with it for 3 months, and legitimately sell it to Trevor. And Trevor then takes the same menu and scans it, not knowing. Maybe I'm a 90-year-old woman who doesn't have internet but enjoys Lego. The VIP points could be still valid.
Yeah, it will be one-time use, I'm sure, because each code's unique. They can tell when it's been scanned. So yeah, it will be one-time use. It's kind of like with video games when you get a code to download a bit of content, you can only do it once.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
It'll be
around.
interesting how it all pans out.
Yeah.
Are people going to do it, or are you going to wait and see, or no interest? Because I sort of look at it and go, for 12.5p, if I've got to go into an app every single time and this, that, and the other, it's like, I'm not going to sit here and go through 100 books or whatever. It's just not worth it. But I mean, that just might be me.
Although 20 VIP points, 100 instructions would be
I think it's
a lot of VIP points.
40 to get £5 off here. I don't know if it's €5. Is it 800 VIP points for €5 off in Germany?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I now regret not having children. Because that would be the perfect task for a child.
Yeah, right. That's very good point. I'm not going to do it myself.
I'm going to spend a couple $100,000 on a kid so I can save.
Totally worth it. Yeah, I'm not going to scan mine. I'm actually donating. I think I must have close to 100 manuals, but I'm donating them to Not That Sam Smith, who is getting as many instruction manuals as he can.
The other night he was buying every Lego instruction from 19.
He's coming
eBay.
he's coming to pick them up next Tuesday. He's like coming down from Southampton to Bournemouth.
I just hope it's all going to work for him.
Yeah. I'm guessing he'll make a video out of it. So
there's not some kind of loophole we've all missed.
yeah. I do like it. I'm glad that someone's actually doing it. Yeah.
You could have a party. Just invite loads of people, bring their smartphones, and then gather them around and have them scan your...
You've got to trust those people, right? Because they've all got to log into your account. So then they go spend your points.
Right.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm so lucky that I have you. Because if I didn't, I would be pregnant by the end of the night and having fake parties who all rob me of my VIP points.
You're welcome, Nicole.
It's all part of the service.
I'm not quite sure how to respond to that.
Welcome to the new Lego Insiders.
It is a sketch. Dodgy. Has anyone listened to the podcast?
Yeah, I was just going to say, you need to listen to that because that was a brilliant opening. That was.
And no, I can't think of it. Even like Insiders. Yeah. Yeah, it's such an unfortunate choice of name. It's just been completely tarnished right from the beginning there.
I mean, it makes me laugh. Some of the spiel that they've put saying that you get early access to sets.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happens with VIP, you know. And you get you can buy merch and different things. Well, you know, you could get things with your VIP points before. You know, like them signs. I remember getting one of them tin Lego signs for Tom's room and different things. You know, everything that you could normally do, you can still do. They're just rebranded.
Yeah.
And then want more information. We're going to be watching us a lot more, I think.
Yeah, that's it. It's a rebrand to try and get more people and to
Because
get
I got worried because when I first opened Instagram, because that's where I found some of my news, and I saw this massive picture of VIP with a massive X through it, and I wasn't really paying attention. I'm thinking, hey, hang on, have I got to start? I've got a load of VIP. Have I got to use them? Have I lost them? You know, it was like it scared me. That did. And then I found out it was just a rebranding.
Yeah, a bit of sensationalism. I am intrigued to see how they handle the tech side of it because Lego aren't known for being good at tech. So if they've got to transfer points from one system to another, it will be interesting to see if there's any fallout from that. Because migrations can be a bit sketchy.
Well, that's why they originally did it a couple of years ago, where because they used to do the VIP inside, like the tech side of it, and then they outsourced it, which is why then all of a sudden you had these. You used to be able to go up to the counter and that's how, you know, you got £50. Do you want to redeem it or whatever? And they, for a while, went to that dumb system where if you wanted to do it, you had to go onto the app and then nominate whether you want to do it online or in the store. Which there was so much fallout from that, which they obviously over time then reverted back to normal. But I would imagine now they're bringing it back in-house because, you know, they're combining it with the ideas at login and whatever else. As you've sort of said, Lego Tech has never sort of done things seamlessly. It was like when they did about a year ago, I think it was, you used to have your AFOL, like a card, like sticker or whatever. And then they decided like over about a 3-week period, they weren't going to do that anymore. And your AFOL thing had to be attached to your digital wallet. And this was right before an AFOL day, so it's sort of like
they seem to do them
well in
just
the end.
before.
It's sort of like, well, yeah, you still got your old card, you can still use it.
They do seem to make changes to the AFOL days, like I don't know, a couple of weeks before. Even recently, I think it was maybe not the last one, but the one before. They introduced a change. I think they were starting to do a similar thing where they were combining accounts or something like that. But they did it like a week before AFOL day, and it's like you've got it's a 3-month period between each one of these days. You've got ages. You could have done it right after the last one or straight after this one.
Yeah,
I think it would be a good idea if you take a screenshot of what points you've got before this goes over. You know, just in case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you've got your actual, if you have a digital wallet account, the points that you have in that are no longer in sync with what's on the website, and it hasn't been for a month or two. So what's on the website should be right, but what's in your digital wallet hasn't been updated in a month or two. So, but then there was a year ago they were talking about changing AFOLs and getting rid of the AFOL day and just making it an appreciation day, and they were going to take away the 15% discount and just replace it with some random gift with purchase or something, which I think enough AFOLs sort of said that's a dumb idea that never came to pass.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother going in for just a GWP.
Well, could you imagine going in for a GWP, which is like the houses of the world?
Yeah, imagine if you didn't know what it was beforehand, and then you got a really disappointing one. You wouldn't do it again, would you? I'm not doing AFOL day this time round. Too close to well, I don't have any money, so yeah, I have to avoid all the temptation.
Is it the last one of the year?
I think there's one in December as well. Hopefully, I don't know. Yeah, I've not been to one in December. I don't think. Well, maybe I did.
Maybe there is.
They're every 3 months, aren't they?
Yeah, it's just trying to think. This October, November, December. Okay, yeah, there must be one more in December. But because usually sort of look at anything that's going to retire, because half the time, if you get into December, it might not be there.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Because I think maybe I did go to one. When did the Lighthouse come out? Because I was going to get one of the Monkey Kid sets, but I missed out on the last one, and yeah, then it retired. So it must have been towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
And actually, yeah, so it must have been, because the Lighthouse came out towards the end of last year, I think. Just seen Ian's comment. Yeah, it's not worth it. Sam's having all my instructions anyway, Ian.
Ian now can tell us what data Lego uses and why they are collecting it.
Yeah. And also why he's ruined the name for everyone already.
The new system works for AFOL as well. Didn't it before?
Yeah, I wonder if there's going to be a change for AFOL Day. But it will just be accounts being merged and stuff.
Then
you're guilty too, Kerry.
December AFOL Day normally ties up with British meetup, so we go for a meal afterwards.
I like. I quite like the idea of doing a global QR code swap. So everybody swaps 10 QR codes, or like 2 QR codes with various people around the world just to mess with Lego's data. And it wouldn't make sense that you've got someone in the UK buying sets from all around the world.
Well, the other interesting thing, which potentially when they change to the PAB boxes, they may be going up to $16.99. Because when we took the PAB box a couple of weeks ago over to Battersea, when it's scanned at the higher price of $16.99 rather than $14.99. At the time, I didn't think much of it. I just thought because that was the first time I'd been to Battersea, so like, oh, okay, maybe they just charge more for them over here. But then it occurred to me later on that no, that's not the actual case. And I was having a chat to somebody who does a lot of purchases through Blue Water, and they're like, yeah, it has been scanning higher, but normally they just sort of say, well, it's still advertised as the $14.99. But it looks like when they roll out the new boxes, the price of PAB effectively is going to increase again. Has anybody else heard anything or seen anything about it?
Seen on Facebook people saying about the same thing, and it's like if it was a pound hike, it would be much easier to swallow, but it's a big jump. £2. Yeah, there you go.
But is the size the same?
I think they're slightly smaller. You might be able. I think you can get a bit more in because of the shape of it or the volume, or whatever. But not £2 worth.
Yeah,
more.
but I would. I imagine that Lego will not marketing it as a price increase. It's rather a change of size. It's like you buy a Coke, half a liter. Now they sell you 0.7 liter of Coke, and they increase the size and will tell you the price is the same. The size of the package that we sell it in is different.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how. There's people have done measurements and like measured the volume and done comparisons. I think in some cases you can get considerably more in, I suppose, to be fair.
You did a video, didn't you, Matt?
Yes, you did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did a video where, sort of went to Leicester Square with a couple of pab cups and stacked them pretty efficiently, and then compared it to the ones that Blue Water, and you did get more, and it's just also faster because it's a square shape. You don't have to think about it so much. Whereas when you're doing like stacking solutions, you got to think, okay, well, this has got this circumference and there's this many in this row and that many in this row and this, and it just takes you so much longer. So I think, with the bigger size, with the shape of it, for the bigger bricks, it's going to certainly make a lot of difference. Like you can get 8x8 plates in there pretty easily, whereas in the cups, it's just a bit of a nightmare.
Right.
I think the reason we feel it a bit more in the UK is 2 years ago on New Year's Day, we walked in there and the price had just gone up from like, I think it was it $12.99 to $14.99, like without any warning or anything. Like we particularly got the first round of all those price increases, which were never sort of made aware. Whereas then later on in the August, September, when the prices were going to increase, like people knew about that for like 3 or 4 months in advance. So it certainly feels like, at least in the UK, we've already had that initial sting of where it went up £3, and then if it's going to go up another 2, well, that's like a £5 increase in about the space of 2 years.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's why the UK prices seem to be a bit more favourable, like than when you compare them to euros and dollars. I don't know if it meets the exchange rate exactly. It seems like we get, sometimes we get fairly decent prices by comparison. I'm quite glad that no one's told Lego how weak the pound is.
I mean, whether you guys agree, but this year it seems like, compared to last year, whenever like a lot of sets come out and so on, a lot of people seem to be reasonably happy with the price of some of these sets.
Yeah, I wonder. I reckon. Yeah,
that comes up a lot. Not amazing value, but reasonable.
Yeah, they do. I wonder if they are going to get better, because there's be a bit of a delay between them having gone up. Well, for any price change to come in, I suppose. As in it's reacting to the market and the world trade and all that. So yeah, I do wonder if we'll start seeing things being more reasonably priced, or sets that aren't massive.
It depends on the set. Because there are sets like the Blue Bunny from the Dream set, €20 normal. I bought it for €16. Or the Unicorn, I think it's €10 the normal price, and I bought it for €7 or €8. That's reasonable. And then there are sets where you look at it. I don't have it, but what's the new Star Wars set? With 1,000 minifigures.
The Yavin Fort, yeah.
It looks like nothing on the pictures, and it's €170. Like,
Oh,
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, it is overpriced. It's just whether it's the pieces. Do you reckon it's because I don't really look at price per piece ratio and so on. Do you reckon it's just because the pieces are so big? Because a lot of people have been saying that set looks like a sort of like almost like a plus 4+ set. The pieces are big and so on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one is a bit overpriced. It's a bit like Justifier from a couple of years ago.
Right.
The Justifier had great figs in it, though.
Yeah.
I think we talked about Cad Bane last week, didn't we?
Yeah, right. I bought it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
A bit discounted.
Yeah, I think I got it for £100, which I think it was 150.
It was quite expensive.
Retail.
Yeah. I think of the grey puddle.
The grey puddle. Which one's that?
the Star Wars set from the Obi-Wan series with the yellow robot.
Oh, yeah. You know what? I bought that. I did actually quite enjoy that. But yeah, the figs are awesome.
Right, that one.
Yeah.
But it wasn't it €50? 70?
Yeah, I got that cheap. That was
puddle.
definitely not worth. Great. I've not heard it referred to as a grey puddle, but I like that.
The grey puddle. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, that set got stayed quite a bit. So that was an overpriced set. That was, and you think it was like you got the grey puddle, and you think from that Obi-Wan Kenobi series, if you just go a little bit higher, you can get the Inquisitor ship.
Yeah.
It's just that great figs. And it's just a great build as well. And I know M&R Productions was raving about that. So yeah, that was a good set. One of my favorite Star Wars sets from last year.
I still I think I still have to buy it to build it. It's the black one, right?
That's right, black.
Yeah, I think I have it. Yeah.
I have seen it for like £65 and so on.
That's gone down in price.
It's gone down.
Yeah.
It's a cool ship though. And like the figs are awesome. The Inquisitor figs have always been really good.
Yeah. I have to admit that's what I bought it for.
Yeah, same. Oh yeah, I went through a massive Star Wars phase last year and bought so many figs and got into paying far too much. Well, I didn't get into paying more than like maybe £30. I think £30 was the most I paid. And that's nothing compared to some of the prices for some of the Star Wars figs.
Is that the most you spent on a single minifigure, Ollie?
I think so. Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah, in the Southampton Lego store, they let us tape up the bottom of the cup because they say it's inside the Legos inside the cup. But yeah, I think £30. I think that was a custom. That was a Rex because I didn't want to spend £100 odd on Rex.
Oh yeah.
I've heard there's another animated series coming out. Something Lego City No Limits.
No, I haven't come across that.
Yeah, a new animated Lego City series.
Yeah, fair enough. Is that? I wonder if that ties in then with because there's loads of city sets next year on the rumours, like loads of space and Mars and like fire and police and stuff. So yeah, is there going to be a resurgence of or surge in city?
It could well be, but yeah, it's called No Limits, and I forget who the characters were. They've got a couple of characters for it. So they seem to be going all out, with Dreams and now another series.
Yeah, right.
Going back into animation.
And Ninjago had a new series, didn't it, start recently?
Do you think that maybe Dreams is coming around? Do you reckon Ninjago is reaching a saturation point now? That maybe there needs to be something new, and that's why Dreams is
up after a year, I think, wasn't it? Ninjago. I saw a thing recently. I wonder if they are trying to retire Ninjago. It's been going for, was it 10 years? Was it 10-year anniversary this year?
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's run its course. But I've no idea. I've never watched Ninjago, to be honest. I just like the sets. Do you guys watch a lot of the Lego shows in general? Not just because I guess you've seen Dreams, haven't you, Trev? But
Yeah. No, I've not seen any others. Just the Dreams.
Yeah, just Dreams for me as well. I've never really got into Ninjago. I've watched it a few times. My nephew likes Ninjago, but in recent years he's found it a bit boring.
Yeah, fair enough. I guess kids grow up, don't they?
Yeah. Our kids were big into Ninjago for a while. But then, much the same. Watch the Dreams. With hindsight, I think what they did with the Dreams release was quite smart, because they released obviously the first 10 episodes early so people could get a bit excited about it, and then they've dropped the last 10 right when the sets have come out, so it's sort of like just as a reminder sort of thing. So if you missed it the first time, or you couldn't watch all 20 episodes and then forget about it, it's sort of like so I thought the way that they did that was pretty switched on. I wonder if that's going to happen again in the future.
Yeah. I've only watched the first 4 episodes of Dreams, and I am struggling to enjoy it a little bit. I don't know. I need to give it. I can't make a judgment over 4 episodes. It's a bit like when a TV series comes out. You can't judge it based on its pilot episode and the first few episodes. I'm gonna give it a chance. I'm gonna watch.
I'd say if you can give it a chance, because I was a bit like that. I mean, Tom was really into it. I thought, I don't know whether I can get into this. But then again, it's not aimed at my demographic. You know what I mean? But I still find myself getting into it in the end. Once you get the story and the characters and how they evolve, and especially these next 10 episodes, really get into that.
Yeah.
But it's not for everybody, it's not for everybody.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because I've only watched the first 4 episodes, but don't forget there's 4 episodes. It's not going to be so dramatic as it's 4 episodes. Whether you've watched it, if you've seen the majority of it, Trevor, maybe just it's gradual. It gradually gets better and better.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Especially if they
give it a chance.
And if they're planning for it to run over 5 series or 10 or however many, then it's not going to all kick off in the first 4 episodes, I guess. But I'm in the same position. I watched a few, but I haven't picked it up again since.
Yeah, I really noticed once you did the start of the second 10, I found much more enjoyable. The first, much the same as Trevor, the first handful, it was a bit of a struggle to watch, but the kids were into it, so it kept on going. And even once you got to the end of the first 10, it was like, I could see that it was, it was enjoyable enough. But certainly from episode 11 onwards, it just really felt like the whole series was up a gear. And certainly the second 10 episodes I thought were much, much stronger than the first 10.
Interesting.
Yeah. And I don't think, if Thomas hadn't been so interested in it and got me interested in it, I don't think I would have built or bothered with any of the sets, if that makes sense. It's only because of that, and I've seen the shark ship, I'm thinking, we'll get that, and we've built it. And having seen, and I don't know what you think about this, Nicole, but building the dream set, it's a different build, isn't it? With the instructions and the illustrations, and it's a different, it feels a different series, and they're great to build, I think. They really are the design. They're not just something that's knocked together just because they've done a series. You know what I mean? They actually accompany the series really well.
Right. And they are really, really fun. It's like...
Yeah. I think, you're enjoying that. I think, Matt, you'll enjoy the shark ship. You really will. That was a good build.
Yeah.
Great part usage.
Yeah, we built that now. It's a really good build. I'm almost half tempted to try to motorize it. I think I know how to do it. It's just whether or not I have time. So.
You
Did you like the use of like little things like the handcuffs using as railings?
Have you been that far
Yeah,
already, Matt?
there's really good uses of parts in there. Sorry?
You've been your progress so far in the build. Yeah, fast builder. I didn't realize
That,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
I hadn't
actually
even
build
arrived.
most.
Yeah. Sorry, mate, go for it.
Sorry, I missed that.
Oh no, go for it. I didn't realise you'd even got it yet.
Yeah, it came the other day. It was a bit of a drama. It was one of the Amazon specials from Germany. So I waited the initial time that they said for it to come, and it hadn't come. So I jumped online and went to the retailer. This thing hasn't come yet. And I heard nothing for 2 days. And then when I did hear something, it's like, oh, that's because you've got the wrong tracking code. Here's the new one. And then when I looked at the new code, it's like it only been dispatched the day before. So I was kind of like, okay, whatever. I get it.
Yeah, that's like Lego, I guess, isn't it? Get different ones per country.
Yeah. It came and the box was completely destroyed. But the kids, the youngest in particular, has been hanging out for it. So they've already built most of it, and then I may have had to do a bag or two here and there. So
I like that. I may have had to do a bag or two here and there. Yeah, maybe Joy did a bag or two here and there. I know I did.
But the thing I did notice, and I don't know if it's across the other sets, is that there's the bags themselves, like they don't have many pieces in them. Like they're quite short bags compared to other sort of normal sets.
No, I get that. There is very few pieces per bag. Yeah, totally. And yet there's more bags. There's something like 13 bags, I think, for that set. So yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, there is less parts. Whereas the set I'm doing now, you open a bag, it's like full of 2-3 little bags, as well as quite a bit in a bigger bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, but what everybody's sort of been saying, the artwork that they've done in there, like I can really appreciate. I like the time and the effort that they've put into that, and there's some of them I've looked at and it's like, oh, I'd like to actually go through and paint that if I had a bit of time, but no, I think we'll stay away from that rabbit hole.
No, but like you say, it's different. They've put the effort into this series, like doing the artwork and the illustrations and the instructions, and just sprucing it all up and making it feel fresh and new. And you do get that from that series, and I think that's worked out well for Lego.
I could imagine that they reused work that was done in order to produce the TV show or the YouTube, Netflix show.
There might be designs that I did, to make designs and draw up for characters and put them all on the wall to work out what they're going to do and how they're going to feature in each episode. They might have used those, the illustrations for that. But all credit to them, because let's not waste something that a designer has drawn, because half the time that sketch is what's brought to life anyway. Somebody's had to draw that character or that item.
Yeah, right.
So it's a great use rather than
I think even with the quality, the finished product of the art that they've done there, it's not just a sketch. Like it may have started off in terms of like a concept or a storyboard or whatever, but you can tell that they've gone that extra mile and done it as a proper finished, polished illustration. And okay, yeah, some of them, if you look really hard, they're used a couple of times there, but I mean, there's still a lot of variety within them, so
you
can appreciate it. And it's nice because I know in the past, particularly recently, as all the instructions have gone to those horrible white front covers, which are kind of bland and whatever, certainly criticized or let our feelings known on those. So at least if they're addressing or they're putting the effort into some of that illustration and that, it's certainly appreciated.
Right.
It'd be interesting to see what you think about the Green Got instructions, what they'll look like, what they'll turn out like.
It'll probably turn out like the Hogwarts Express. It goes into detail about maybe the scenes, just information about the location and so on, and yeah, it will be. I absolutely love my manual, especially the UCS sets, yeah, because it's not just, it goes beyond just telling you how to build it. The manual is an experience as well as the actual build. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So Green Gots is that manual is, I'm going to be treasuring that one.
After you've scanned it.
I'm about to get rid of all of my manuals, except maybe a select few. Well, I mean, I'm going to give them to Sam, but I would have been putting them in recycling if not for that.
Yeah, I had all hours. I said to Tom, put all hours in a bag because I was going to recycle them, but now I've asked him to get them all out and sort them all out for me.
So you can scan them as well. This is your child labour, right?
Yeah. He said, why? I said, well, there's a reason what I'm going to ask you to do. I said, but it'll all become apparent. I said, but it's in your best interest.
Yeah, because he'll get more Lego out of it in the end, won't he? I'm sure.
Yeah. He just told me what he wants for his birthday, so that's all right.
Oh, was that the Spider-Man set?
Yeah, the what's it called? With the Statue of Liberty head, with all the scaffolding around it.
Yeah,
right
you got
here.
that in your own.
I'm building it as we speak.
That one. Yes,
Yeah.
he really likes that one. Yeah.
It's really cool. It's got real, well, the figures are. I'll hold it up again in 2 seconds.
Oh, yeah, he'll love that.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a good build, and the figures are amazing. I'll see about putting them on a plate or something.
You could take the head off, can't you?
Yeah. So you can just like pop it off. Okay, there we go. It comes off. It's just like a circular black bit in the middle.
Yeah, and there's a little expansion to that set coming up, isn't there? So.
Yeah, apparently with the lizard.
Yeah.
Which I will definitely be looking to get at some point. I probably could have waited for this to go on sale, to be honest, but yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes when you want to do a set, it's like we're not going to wait for Green Gots to go on a sale, is he?
Oh, right.
When something's coming out that you really want, you're not going to do it. I do the same. I totally get that.
Yeah, Carrie, Sam's just trying to scan, get as many points, I think, content. But yeah, he's just trying to get as many points from the manuals as possible. I do like the idea of paying for groceries with instruction manuals, though. And he'll have learned his scanning skills from his job, right?
The other thing which seems to be doing a bit of a rumor at the moment is we're getting obviously we've got the big Disney Castle refresh. It sounds like the little mini one might get a refresh next year as well.
Yeah, I've heard about that as well.
Isn't there 2 castles that's been we haven't seen it yet, but there's 2 castles that are on its way. I think there's the mini castle next year, and there seems to be an $80 castle coming out in October, November.
Isn't there talk of Agrabah? Was it Agrabah? The Aladdin thing.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be sort of like in line, where you had the mini castle before, and then you had the miniature haunted mansion. I thought it was a continuation of that line.
Oh, is it not? Right, okay.
That's why
as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're meant to be getting two more castles coming up. That should be interesting. And I hope it's going to be, not the based on the castles we've got. I hope it's going to be at one of the other castles, located around the world. because they could actually start. They could start a whole line of these castles, couldn't they? They could, keep making castles, Disney castles from around the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Possibly.
I got lost. I made a mistake on this, so I got lost and then came back, zoned back in when you were saying about castles from around the world, and I was like, got all excited, think they would make real life castles from like based off of the I can't even remember how to say it, but the Japanese one that came out this month, Himeji.
Yeah, that's one I still like.
Oh,
that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, I
But
saw that at the Lego store built the other day, and usually when you see sets, you sort of like in the flesh, you're like, oh, it's much bigger than what I thought. That was the first one. I've gone, no, this is actually much smaller than what I thought. And you look at it and you go, 140 pounds for that much Lego? It's like, wow, okay, I know this is architecture line, but that's
yeah, okay.
That's a bit steep.
That's the trouble with architecture. It's the architecture line. You always pay a premium. Always.
Yeah. The Pyramid of Giza was. Oh, maybe I got it cheap actually. I must have got it on a sale. Yeah.
I got that on sale. That's a good set.
Yeah, that's a very good set. I really like it. But apparently, that's bigger than the new castle.
Yeah.
But yeah, Disney sets, they do look cool. I've got the small one that's out at the moment. I do like that.
Yeah, it's a good one. I like the printed pieces in that one.
Yeah, well, I've dismounted it. But yeah, it's a really cool little build, isn't it?
Although one of the printed pieces you can't see once you've built it.
Which one's that? I can't see. I missed all the Easter eggs. I saw someone saying about it on a video the other day, and how there's loads of Easter eggs and like references went over my head. I have absolutely no idea what was going on in them.
I was looking at my one there. It's just there, and it's a printed piece of the clock. But there's also another printed piece of the castle that retired last year.
Right.
Yeah. Inside. You can't see it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So looking back on that little castle, it's almost like it was a hint to the castle that recently came out.
Yeah. Okay. Because I got it. I was in Budapest last year, and I got it there. Almost as a reminder of there's a castle that's kind of got similar kind of turrets out there. I mean, it's probably not comparable, but yeah, I like to think it reminds me of that. So I all of the references. It's not really much of a Disney castle to me, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
It's just me. It's a little noise. There's a feedback.
I think.
Was it Matt? Matt looks like he's dealing with a technical.
No.
Oh no. Oh no, sorry, nothing there.
Then it wasn't me, because I muted myself and because my computer was making noises.
Okay. Oh, it's just slowly gone down. All good.
She's overeating. That's all the shares in Amazon just gone.
Hi, Big Nate.
I think Matt really needs to look at his internet provider.
Oh, I've been getting a bit excited looking at internet providers for the house, and we can get a 900 megabit connection for less than what I'm paying at the moment for 60 megabits.
Wow.
It's like £25 a month, which is a really good deal. So I'm quite excited now to have really good internet.
That is a good deal, that is.
No.
We're just saying, Matt, I think you've got internet problems again with your provider.
Yeah, I'm not sure it's actually the internet. I think it's actually the computer speed. I should probably do need to get a new computer or something. It's been interesting. I think this has been the same one which I've had for quite some time. I think StreamYards over the years has updated and started to become more sort of intense and hungry on their feeds. Because I certainly notice if I've only got 3 people like on the panel, it's fine. But usually once I hit 4 or 5, for some reason it really then starts to have issues. But anyhow, it's
that's definitely become a thing. I don't think you could get away with
used to it now, so I just pop in and out.
I was going to say at work, we when we get that, we have to turn our cameras off if someone's got a particularly bad connection. But I don't think that would really work for a YouTube stream.
I have watched a couple of streams where you think, why have they got the cameras on? It's just audio, but I think they have the same issue.
Yeah, because I guess it saves on the bandwidth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there was one thing which I did want to just sort of highlight. We were having a little bit of chat about. I mean, I do my usual top 5 most expensive Lego sets, but recently did the 2006 edition, which there was some really interesting ones in there, and also to the price points. So I'll just quickly play it here.
Top 5 most expensive Lego sets, 2006 edition. Can you guess the most expensive? Number 5. Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. Did you guess this was the most expensive?
£172.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think out of the gate, Cargo Train was the most expensive, which they sort of do all the time now. And then the other interesting thing was, I don't know if anybody knew about it, was those Challenger RC cars. Had anybody seen those? They're actually Lego, but they're basically remote control cars.
No, I didn't know about it.
No.
Yeah.
I've never come across that set before.
But the
Because
train
they
was
did a
really
couple of-
interesting in comparison, wasn't it? Because if you buy a train today, it's as expensive as it was 17 years ago.
What, as in, it's just the same price?
Yeah.
Like it's 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you compare
Yeah.
same set with same set, it's one train.
Right, okay. I've not bought any
Yeah.
trains. I think that's, I don't know if I want to go down that route.
No, ditto.
I have 2 trains. We'll be getting a 3rd one soon.
No, that's different. No, that's different.
Are they all Harry Potter by chance?
Yeah. Yeah. Although the Orient Express train,
Yeah, I was going to ask if anyone's going to get that.
I might dip into that at some point. Well, when it comes out.
Yeah, that does
Is
look
that,
cool.
is that going to run on normal track if you did want to put it on the track?
Priority. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Lego wants to backlash like the giant Hogwarts Express had. You know, it's all right if you like in Golla City like myself, you just want to build and display it. Simply, it's a treat. But even though a lot of people think it's difficult to display, I don't think it is. I mean, it's very long, think it's the second longest set ever made. I think the Titanic is the longest. But yeah, if you got like a track running, you know, and you got your trains going around your city, yeah, it's not going to work.
How long's it going to be, the Orient Express? What, 3-4 foot long?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, no idea. Have any details been released about it other than it's coming out this year? Is it?
Yeah, October, November, something.
Yeah.
Is anybody going to get that one?
Sure.
I know.
Have a look at it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right, probably not, but that's because of my budget. But I was tempted at the thought of it before. If I was going to, I would like a train to have on display, and that would have been a contender.
I guess you have to just wait till it comes out. You can't make a decision just yet, can you? Until you've seen it.
It might change completely from the original.
Yeah.
I definitely can tell you, if you don't have a train yet, the money that you spend on the train is a minor thing that you need to worry about. To have the layout of the train put in place, that will cost you space, even more than money.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because you got to work with the angles and stuff, haven't you?
Yeah. Because you cannot just dedicate a size of that to run a whole train. It needs to be a proper.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
As cool as that would be, I probably won't get it running. It would just be for display.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have it for display, to be fair, not running.
But it's a magical thing if you have the space to have something that moves like a train in a city or in a Lego room. It's
Yeah, Have you got a train in your city?
yes.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Yes.
The whole section is just for trains.
Yeah.
I just have a look there.
And you
They
got
look like they're on strike at the moment, aren't they?
You're right.
Nice. Is that the Indiana Jones plane in there as well?
Yeah.
What was
Yeah,
Studgate
like
like?
to catch the train.
Did you enjoy Studgate as a build? I saw the brick bods making it, and apparently it got very fiddly in places.
The end really, the brickbot saved me. To warn me what's coming.
That's good.
To be honest, I'm not really sure if, in hindsight, the money is really spent wisely, because it's a lot of it's big, but from the structure, it's not really that solid. It's a bit like my roller coaster, big, but not really sturdy in what was built. There's a lot of air included.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a lot of space in there, right?
Yeah, and I think I spent 400 euros on it.
Yeah, it wasn't cheap because I got the construction modular, which was £350, which I haven't built yet. I'm in two minds about whether to build it or not. I do want it, but at the same time, it's a lot of money for a Lego set. And
I think I watched Greg on his channel build that, and he said it was one of the most challenging builds he's ever done.
Yeah, see, that's why I would like it. And it does look awesome. My plan is to have it next to the Daily Bugle and get a massive...
I mean, when I say challenging, he still enjoyed it, you know, don't get me wrong, but it was a really challenging build. And it's one of them... Yeah.
Sorry, mate, go for it.
No. It's one of them builds where, you come up against challenges, and it's not not such an easy build, but you feel like you've accomplished something once you've built it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I happened to tune into that right when Greg had trying to figure out a column or something, and he misplaced one little brick and spent about half an hour trying to find out what was going on with it. With Craig helping and getting really exasperated. Yeah. Quite a funny little interaction.
I absolutely loved that the designer was in the chat. And his comment at the end was,
Yeah, he actually got the designer in, didn't he, as well?
Yeah.
I think he's a member of his YouTube member.
That's an awesome accolade. That is, you're building a set and the designers watching and in the chat.
Yeah.
And the comment when he wrote just after he just finished it, wasn't that fun?
It must be awesome for the designer as well to see it getting built like that, and yeah, I like the idea as well that he had that. The original idea was that people would finish off the building themselves, and so in theory, everyone's could be.
Yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's a good idea. That is everything's unique.
I've got so many grey masonry bricks now from the pub wall that I should be able to do that. But yeah, I'm trying to figure out what my first build will be when I move into the house. That's high on the list, I think.
I bet you can't wait, can you? You're itching to build again.
Yeah, that's why I'm building this. But yeah, I can't wait to build stuff to display it. Yeah, it's gonna be really.
I can imagine.
It's quite it is nice. It's a bit of a I don't know, paralysed by choice because there's so many things I could choose from. Because I want to redo the Lion Knight's Castle as well. That's high on the list. But yeah, which one do I actually start with?
Yeah.
I have to see what my display space will be like as well, because I haven't figured that out yet. So it might be that building the Lego room itself will be the first thing.
Maybe build one of your own trees or something.
Yeah, I do want to do some mocking. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But at the same time, I want to have all of my plan is to have all of my parts in bags, because take them out of their drawers and everything and put them into bags to transport them in boxes. So everything's going to be a bit jumbled up, and I'm going to reorganize my parts collection when I get to it. So I don't know when I'll actually be able to mock anything until I've sorted all of that out, because that's going to be an absolute state for a while.
Yeah.
I also have to, I'm taking some time off for the move and everything, and I have to see what I can get away with, how much time I can dedicate to sorting out Lego rather than sorting out the rest of the house.
I've organized my parts collection, but the kitchen sink's not working.
Yeah, exactly. I just fix it with Lego. So yeah, I'm going to have to do some adult stuff before I can do the fun stuff. It's nice to be nearly at the end of it, though. It's been stressful the past couple of days because they've been dragging it out a bit longer. Well, to be fair, it's a lot shorter than it should have been, or was going to be at the beginning of the week. Yeah, yeah, it's going to be a relief. But it's stressful. They've been Nicole at the point of exchanging contracts and then completing in less than 2 weeks. We should have the keys potentially. Yeah, but we're at this point now. So at the beginning of the week, our solicitor was going to be taking the money out of our bank accounts, and it could have taken 30 days. But we've been telling them for ages, because they kept messing things up. Been telling them for ages to do it, and then they were like, "Oh yeah, we've just submitted the form today," and then we're like, "Well, it can take 30 days from now." So I had a go at them, and then the next day they're like, "Okay, we're getting it done today, so you could be in your house in 2 weeks' time." So it's like, "Oh right, okay, cool." We've gone from like 4 to 6 weeks to 2 weeks.
Wow.
But now we're waiting. For the past 2 days, they said like, "Oh yeah, we could be exchanging today," and it's like, "Oh no, we can't do it today." "Oh, we could be exchanging today." I know it's not going to happen today. So no, hopefully, because I don't know what the process is like in Germany, but we exchange contracts here. So basically, we're locked in to buying the house as soon as we exchange the contracts, because we've signed a thing saying we're going to buy this house, and then we get the keys. And well, for us, we're going to get the keys 2 weeks later. Yeah. So we're very close to being at the end of this, and can actually start putting stuff together rather than taking it apart.
Yeah, that's incredible.
Yeah, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, and when you move in, you'll forget all
the process of buying and selling a house in the UK.
Yeah, we've already started forgetting how incompetent our solicitors have been at points. Even today, it's like, okay, they're actually doing stuff. I'm kind of forgiving them for how bad they've been up until now. And I can't wait to just put it all behind me until the next time in however many years. Hopefully not soon, though.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to any conventions or anything this year?
No.
No. Okay.
I'm not this year, no. I'd like to go to Bricktastic next year, though.
Yeah, I would like to. I think it's a bit too far for me to go to Bricktastic. I am going to Swindon, though. Because Matt, are you going to Swindon? You are, right? Or is that Bricktastic?
For Steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, going for theoretically for Steam. Just got to finish off that mock, which still got a bit to go, but that's the sort of plan. So, although we sort of haven't quite booked anything yet, because after what was it? I mean, the BrickBods a couple of weeks ago were sort of saying when they had the other one cancelled because of the Comic Con associated with it. Although I don't think this one would have that issue because it's the Steam Museum anyhow. So
yeah, because I guess it is a bit of a risk because the Steam Museum could flood or something or get set on fire. There's a risk with everything, I guess.
I hope it doesn't happen, because otherwise you would have been the one who caught it.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a risk in all of it, I guess, isn't there? In anything you do.
Yeah, I guess it's just offset by the probability of it happening. So.
Yeah. But that's cool. Have you displayed much before, Matt?
No, not really. So I think it's part of a collaborative one. So we won't have to sort of gently easing into the thing as such. And then because there should be a number of people there, actually hopefully get a chance to walk around, check out some of the other stuff and things.
Yeah, I think there's going to be quite a few people, so you should be able to get people to look after your display for a bit.
That's the other thing, you're putting on a display which you've spent a lot of time, like you say, a collaborative build, and it's a lot of money. How comfortable do you feel in leaving that and having a wander around yourself? Because it's nice to still have a look at convention yourself.
I think it must depend. I've only displayed once, and I just.
I mean, with the style of pool.
Sorry, Matt, go for it.
No, you go for it. Let's go.
Yeah, no, I think I was quite lucky because it wasn't like a massively busy event, and I suppose it only takes one person to steal a minifig. But in the end, I was just a bit like, I'm just gonna go for a wander because it was in the museum, and it was like a Titanic exhibition, a museum in Southampton, so Titanic being important there. They even had the Lego Titanic on display that had been gifted from the local Lego shop. So yeah, I just for periods of time. Just go for a wander around the museum, or it had different rooms. It had like Robot Wars done with Lego, so I went and did a bit of that for a while. Yeah, so I was all right, but I don't know if it was a busier thing. I might be a bit more wary of just leaving it. But yeah, it doesn't. It only takes one person, doesn't it, to steal stuff? Just
Does it happen?
I think it does. It's like there's been cases of it. I know Kerry has had a fig stolen from one of her displays once. And
I've known somebody else to have many figures stolen. Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you've got more expensive ones on display. Yeah, because I think sometimes it's probably just kids and wandering hands, but other times I think there is a bit more like maliciousness. I know someone was targeted for their display in the UK, I think, because they knew that they would have expensive Star Wars figures in their mock, and so sounds like at Reading, they lost 2 skeletons. Because at Reading it sounds like it worked well, because you had, was it like 4 of you all together, Ian? I think it was like you, Gaz, Mark, and Tech, and Paige.
Yeah, at least you can look out for each other there and look out for each other's sets. You're not.
And there was a bit of that where I displayed, because we all, like, I didn't know the people beforehand, but everyone got along really well, and I think everyone kind of just kept a bit of an eye out for each other's stuff. At least it was only skeletons that got robbed. The skeletons are pretty cheap.
Yeah.
Tech was just the ice cream man.
Yeah, I suppose skeletons are really not going to cost you an arm and a leg, are
Very
they?
good. Cool. I didn't realise Gaz's partner went. That's dedication from his partner to come along. I don't know if I could convince. Well, I couldn't convince my wife to come stand with me for 6 hours, 8 hours, however long it was.
I don't know, she might.
No, she wasn't keen for it. I mean, she's very understanding, don't get me wrong. It's not like she's cold-hearted about it or anything. But yeah, she just wasn't up for coming and sitting in front of my Lego displays for the day.
So is your partner into Lego?
She does enjoy it a bit. She likes to build the odd set. And she now gets it popping up on her Instagram, so she'll be like, "Oh, have you seen this set? That looks really cool." But nowhere near to. She's not like an AFOL or anything. Nowhere near on our level. But yeah, she does. Yeah, she does enjoy it. It's nice to build the odd set with her, or when it's quite nice. Like, so she works 3 days a week, so every now and then I'd come out of my little office and I'd just see that she's built a Lego set. Like, oh, hello, cool. You've been having a good afternoon then. But yeah, she won't put up. She won't put up with waiting in the Lego shop for 2 hours while I'm packing pab cups.
Yeah, the kids have learned that sometimes going to the Lego store, there's like, "Are you going to be packing like the pad cups?" It's like, maybe. And they're like, "We don't want to go because they're not awake." Even if you try to bribe them, it's sort of like, "Well, but you can pack one too." You can get one of the bits that you want.
Yeah.
At least with my wife, if we go to Southampton, there's a rituals shop, like the cosmetics and perfume, just over the opposite basically, and a few other places, and so she can kind of go and do her own thing while I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you see during the week or whenever it was, you had Ed Sheeran sort of, working at a Lego store?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. Blimey.
So,
Wonder how much Lego paid him to do that.
Yeah, right. But then he's an AFOL,
Yeah, I
isn't he?
think-
Yeah, he loves his Lego. He's got a song called Lego House. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he sang that as well, didn't he, on his visit?
Did he?
Yeah.
I've not actually heard it.
Yeah.
Rupert Grimm? Is he in that video? Rupert Grimm?
Oh, is he in that one? Is he? Okay. Is he an
think so.
AFOL as well? I wonder. I saw
Dunno.
that David Beckham's into Lego as well.
Yeah, I remember a fair few years ago, he was sat poolside building a Disney castle for his daughter.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I saw that video just like the other day. But, yeah. And Orlando Bloom as well, right? He's
Orlando Bloom. That's
Yeah.
right.
And then
Somebody
which of
else
the
as
Top
well.
Gear guys built that big house?
Oh yeah, James May.
James May.
I haven't seen that though, because he built a whole house out of Lego, right? Like everything, like the plumbing and everything,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Was out of Lego.
I can't remember the extent of it, but it was like a full size, and I think they wanted to try to keep it or give it to somebody, but in the end they had to tear it down.
Oh God, did they glue it all as well? Can you imagine taking that apart if you'd glued it?
Well, I think we're going to start pushing up against 3 hours, so we might just sort of do a casual sort of around the panel, sort of what you've been building, working on, and any sort of things you got coming up on your social media that you might want to give a little bit of a plug to. So may start off with One Brick Stud. What you got coming up on your socials, and what have you been building?
Well, I've been building the last of the 4 banners. So I managed to finish the Slithering banner today, which is great. And the thing about these banners is that they open up and they turn into the dorms. So they open up. There's a few pieces in there you can take off, like chairs and so on. And it's really cool. I mean, I like them. They're not the most popular sets out of the Harry Potter way, but you get some really cool parts. You get the 3D, you get this 3D piece here, like that, which is pretty cool. And you get some exclusive figures, which is always nice. Which is great because we're getting some like references to Quidditch now. So we're getting like this figure here. That's probably the most precious part of the set. And yeah, just some really cool figures. So that's it. So I've finished the 4 banners. So I've got all 4 of them: Ravenclaw, Hufflepuff, Gryffindor, and Slytherin. And I think the next set I'll be building is probably Gringotts. So this is going to be the last set I probably build until I get that white whale set. Literally a white whale. It's massive. And yeah, exciting times. And I'm probably going to go all out on social media when I get Gringotts. I've set myself some targets because I do want to embrace social media more and more. I'm a bit of an off. I'm only 33, but I feel like I'm a bit of an old footy when it comes to social media. So I think I'm setting myself some targets to post 3 or 4 times a week. I'm probably going to maybe not take pictures of my Harry Potter sets. I might just showcase some of my Star Wars sets, some other sets as well, such as my Winnie the Pooh set and Disney and all sorts of stuff. And then other than that, it's appearing on this stream here, Family Bricks, each week. you know, which I'm enjoying a lot, and yeah, absolutely buzzing for next week as well. So, you know, that's pretty much it from me, and yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Excellent. No, it's always great having you on and getting that Harry Potter, and certainly with the Gringotts coming out. I mean, that's still a couple of weeks away. If won't you have to build something next week, or you're taking something apart?
No, I've never taken a set apart before. Never. No.
Not yet.
No, I see. I'm really being strict this month because it is it's quite expensive Gringotts, and I want to be able to, you know, when I buy it, I want to be sensible. I want to be able to be in a position where it's I feel comfortable when buying it. You know, I kind of find I enjoy the set more if I know I've comfortably bought it. But yeah, 2 weeks. 2 weeks tomorrow. 2 weeks tomorrow, I'll be going to the Lego store in Birmingham. Because that's the nearest Lego store to me. That in Bristol, yeah, I think Birmingham is, but yeah, I'll be going there. Probably just get there 2 hours before it opens the doors, and then
and then wear your trainers, because you said you want to be comfortable experience. So go in your trainers, buddy.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's it. 2 weeks tomorrow, I'll be and then I'll probably be putting pictures on Instagram several times each day. I might even do some videos and just take some pictures of it as I'm building it. I want it to be something I build over September. I'm not going to do what I did with the Hogwarts Express and build it all in 9 days, because that was going to be throughout May just gone. So that's what I'm going to just gradually show everybody what it's looking like, and then give my thoughts. I might do 1 or 2 shorts on it as well, just giving my views on it, and yeah, so that's for me, that's what's looking like. That's going to happen, you know. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant! Excellent. Well, certainly look forward to that, and that's always the nice thing, is being able to experience these builds, which you may not necessarily get yourself through other people. I know certainly when Lady McBrick was working on Rivendell and things like that, that was lovely to see that sort of progress along. Nicole does have a tendency to build things a bit quickly, so couldn't save it as much as what it sounds like to be able to with the Gringotts, but certainly look forward to that. That'll be brilliant. So having done that, moving along now to Brick Askew. See what you've been up to tonight. It's good to see that you've been able to enjoy a build rather than a frustration of taking things apart.
It's a good
it is cool. Yeah, I haven't finished it yet, but
That's
I
really
think
lovely.
The last little bit of the bag, so I'll finish that off tonight. Yeah, it's really cool. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it to display, but I think I actually will, because it's got lots of cool parts. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing tonight. Social media, nothing. I don't think. Just using it as a social media tool and keeping in touch with people. Yeah, once I start building stuff, I'll start posting, I guess. And otherwise, coming back on here, if you have me. Thanks again for having me on today. Yeah, that's about it.
Brilliant. Yeah, I know you sort of at that point where it's a bit of a transition, so it's kind of like mind on other things, sort of in a bit of limbo, but sort of moving forwards, 1 step forwards, 2 steps back kind of thing sometimes. So it's great to actually see you do that Statue of Liberty head, and it's certainly something I want to do at some stage, because it did have the original Apocalypseburg, and it'd be interesting to see sort of how close it is to the other
because
one.
I think it's the same build, or it's very similar.
Yeah, it looks very similar, because it seems to be the same scale and everything like that. And that Apocalypseburg was only on the shelves for about 9 months, so not many people would have gotten to build it. Yeah, it's Lego Movie 2, because it came out, and I think it was like a February, and didn't really, maybe even a March, because the movie didn't do too well by the end of, basically Black Friday. They were clearing everything out, so all the you pick up relatively good prices. So
1 second. So I'll just be back in a second. I'll stay on the line, but I just got to go sort something. So I'll turn my camera off. And,
Yeah, sure. No worries. Okay,
yeah.
cool. See you in a bit.
Cool.
And moving along to Lady McBrick, what have you been building this evening, and what's coming up on your socials?
I believe.
That's coming along nicely, there, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's
That's a nice set.
Has it got an
yeah.
interior to that?
Very little. It's not very deep. Yeah, it only has 6 studs of depth, so that it's very. What's the English word for it?
Sparse.
Yeah, sparse. Right.
Sparse.
In German, it would be spartanisch. So sounds about right. Yeah. But the front is really, really beautiful.
Mm.
Yeah, I like it. And the figures which come with it are really cool too. Yeah. I like it. My review, I like it. Shortest review ever. I should do reviews. Take my word, buy it from Amazon. As for social medias, I'm going to meet Sir Awesome Fishy tomorrow. Yeah. And probably will be build a tree. Oh no! I have to put it on my milk plate, the set, and I have to build a deer. So a couple of bags left to finish the set. That I probably will do tomorrow with So Awesome Fishing on Instagram. So if you want to see how it transfers to the myth plates, tune in tomorrow.
Tomorrow, that's Instagram. I think it is 3 p.m. UK time, which would work out to about 10 a.m. American time or New York time, and 4 o'clock in Eastern Europe, I guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, brilliant.
perfect.
And that will be on your Instagram, your one that you do every other week on a Friday. Brilliant. Sort of just been watching Trevor there sort of build, wondering if he's sort of gotten to a happy point. What have you been working on, and what might you have coming up soon?
This is the start of the botanical gardens.
Oh, nice.
We've got the water there, the little pond with the ducks.
That's nice.
And this is the where all the plants are at the moment in there.
In the back there. Yeah, wow.
Very cool.
Just starting to build the roof. Really, really nice build.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
Yeah.
So, of course, my dome pieces were all scratched for this, and then Lego very kindly sent me in a bag a replacement set of 2 domes. So these are perfect condition. So yeah, I was pleased about that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Excellent.
I'm currently working on the stop motion for Halloween, the Hocus Pocus. I'm doing a few reels around that. You've probably seen one on Instagram that I did. I'll probably create a couple of shorts. So just some little teasers to try and hype up the build, because it's taking me absolutely bloody ages. So I like to keep plugging it. So yeah, you'll probably find me on Instagram and doing some shorts for now, whilst I carry on building and stop motion in that. So, but thank you again for having me on. It's great to be with you guys and ladies, of course, with Lady McBrick. Always have a fabulous time, and it's always a good excuse to build rather than do any stop motion. So thank you.
Good stuff. It's always great to have you on, and have you building something there, which, as you say, it's not one of your stop motion, so it can be a nice change of pace.
Just a quick one. Just a quick one, if I may. I'm celebrating 420 subscribers now, so really pleased with that. Really pleased.
It's going steadily, isn't it? It was 400 the other day.
Yeah,
Brilliant,
421. Yeah. So I'm pleased with that. Thank you everybody for your support. It's been brilliant. All the messages. It means a lot. Thank you.
That's fantastic. You're pushing your way towards 500, and you can start turning on some of those monetization options. Is it 500?
Big
Yeah.
bucks.
Yeah, 500 subscribers. Yeah.
So brilliant. Yeah. So if as with everybody out there, everybody's details are underneath here. Check them all out. Certainly go along, subscribe, and give the thumbs up and all that good social media stuff. And just quickly, certain things which I've got coming up. And this evening, just been working on the Camaro, so that's done. I decided to do it in the red, and it's
cool. That's lovely.
Yeah,
it's a nice little build. Having built a couple of these sort of scale cars, particularly the what was the blue one? I'm just trying to remember. A couple of years ago, Mustang. Yeah, they're sort of in the same sort of ilk and things. And the funniest thing about I like this one is you've actually got some fluffy dice there on the dashboard there, so that's kind of cool and fun. So yeah, that's again the main reason I got this one is I've been looking for ages to do like a Night Rider sort of one, and there's a rebrickable one of this, so that's certainly something I'm looking to do now. I've built the actual car itself, and be ordering a couple of the screens which are all scratched up. That's always fun. Otherwise, this Sunday going to be doing just a quick little family stream. So have the kids, a couple other people joining for that. It's actually going to be at a later time. It's going to be 8 o'clock in UK time, which is going to be 3 p.m. American Eastern. It's only just going to be a quick one, just going to go for an hour. But then next week we'll be back at the normal time at 3 o'clock in the afternoon UK time. That's 10 a.m. American time, East Coast. Otherwise, I'll probably be doing the usual top 5 most expensive up to 2005 on Saturday. Try to get that out, and then the usual back next Thursday at 8:30 UK, 3:30 American EST time, and joining everyone that we've got in here. So just a thanks to all the guys joining us here on the panel. Always appreciate them coming along and having a bit of a chat. And then also too in the chat itself today, we had Brett's Builds, Omega Man, Simon, Lego, Logan, KO, Ian, Brickbod, Big Nate Bricks, John Gale, Simon, Benji, and some others. I'm just trying to think. There's no poll this week. I think we've done most things. Share, like, subscribe, all that good social media stuff. And with that, I think we'll cue up the outro, and we shall say good evening, and hope to see you again somewhere on the social media space. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.
Cheers. See you later.
Bye.
Mr. Bigger, det bliver super duper!
See ya. Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.